Um, if someone can hear me, can you let me know if this is actually working or not? Because I would hate for me to be blabbering and it not working. And okay. StreamYard is telling me there's nobody watching, and we've been live for 2 minutes 45 seconds. YouTube is still saying 15. Oh, hang on, it's moved now. Okay, we're good. Can someone maybe comment? Hang on, I'll give you a few seconds to catch up because I've got to skip ads here. Okay, I see myself on the YouTube feed, so I guess there was some sort of delay with everything going out there, which is a bit unfortunate because I do like when people get to see that intro because I'm very proud of it. But anyway, thank you all for joining me on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. First things first. So Blake is telling us we're live. Okay, so I'm going to get to the chat in 1 second. I just want to apologize for last week's stream because, as I'm sure you all know, I never watch back my live streams because I'm pretty certain that I do embarrass myself. But last week I was very aware of the fact that I was highly intoxicated, and I don't think I did the topic any justice. I think I probably spent the whole stream slurring my words and trying my best to read comments rather than talking about what is quite a serious subject, where I think the question was, is too much nostalgia a bad thing? I will address that topic again in the future where I will not be quite so intoxicated. And I'm going to do my damnedest not to get into the same state as I did last week today, which probably won't happen because last week did involve a rather large amount of Jack Daniel's whiskey, which is not the case this week. So hopefully we'll be much more coherent and on top of things because last week is a complete blank. I apologize for that. But anyway, catch up with the chat. I'll give you some news. I have a guest and we have an 80s magazine to look at. So first up, Adrian came in very early. In fact, he came in at 2:31. Thank you, Adrian, and good evening to you. Damien, good to see you. It's going to be another great one. Well, I hope so. Hey to Damien, there's Monkey Boy. We'll see him later. Hi to Adrian. And Jim Largo's here. Good to see you, Jim. Always enjoy a bit of stuff and nonsense. Oh, yeah, because I put a live look at Lucan from 83 plus more nonsense. Yeah, you're guaranteed to get nonsense here. Rachel, good to see you again. Rachel saying hi to Monkey. Hey to Rachel. There's only one return, and that's of the Jedi. Great line in Clark's too. Hey, Dean, fun topic. Oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah. Also, as well, I'm assuming he's here, but big thank you to Ben Stutley for this because he put me onto a way of getting to look at these old magazines again. Because I have a number of Lucan magazines myself, and I think I may have said last week I tried to scan them, but it was just taking so damn long. But Ben put me in. Gave me a link where I can get access to the magazines online and we can do these streams. So big thank you to Ben for this. AWM85, hello to you as well. Reading movies, hi to all. Daniel, hi Daniel, hi to Monkey. Yesterland Toys, hey everyone. Hi Daniel Dude. Hey Jim Largo. Hey YT. Reading movies, hey Monkey Boys. Oh, Blake. Okay, Blake. Jim Largo, reading Tommy's. Blake says we are live. Yes, thank you. Hi, Dean. Hi, Ben. Okay, Ben, and thank you for making this type of thing possible again. Although, on the other hand, since you sent me those links, my God, I've spent way too much time reliving the past. And there was, ironically, one image I saw on the link you sent me, which really was a case of too much nostalgia, where it was a comic, and I forget the name of the comic now, but it came with a free gift, and that free gift was one of those lenticular stickers, or I think we called them flicker stickers back then. And just looking at that attached to the front of the comic really did make me quite sad or wanted me to be that child again, where you go into the store and you would see a free gift stuck on the front of a comic. And then another image I saw was there was a free Space Invaders pin attached to one. But more importantly for me was when they had free sweets on the front of comics, and in particular, Space Dust was a good one to get. Greetings to everyone in the chat. Mark, hi, Mark. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I was just told by an anti-repro Star Wars campaigner he wanted me dead. Good Lord. That is exactly why I'm so against these clowns. Imagine issuing a death threat over a piece of plastic. That is how sad those people are. They are stone cold losers. Damn advert popped up before your intro. You see that now? What I've actually added a countdown to the intro, so you don't miss out. But somehow, when I clicked live on StreamYard, it just kept spinning. And when I was checking the YouTube feed, it did not come up. And when YouTube finally went live, this was this ugly face on the screen, so no one got the intro. I can maybe play it again if someone wants me to later. Hey, Monkey Boys Toys. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Daniel. Good afternoon from Memphis, Tennessee. Awesome. I'm sure you know this, but I was just there back in July. Very hot, though. In fact, of all the places I've ever visited, the heat I experienced in Memphis was the worst I've ever had in my life. I mean, what do you call it in the UK? I know that in America they call it real feel, but with the humidity, it was the equivalent of 115 degrees Fahrenheit. And I could actually feel my skin just burning after like a minute in that sun. But loved it down there, though. Yes, we want you very much alive, yes. Jason is here. Good to see you, Jason. Someone has been mass reporting. Do tell me more, because I think I mentioned this a while back, maybe a month or so back on these streams, but there was a period of about 2 or 3 days where I got kicked off of the TeePublic merchandise store with no prior warning, and then YouTube suddenly flagged 3-year-old videos for copyright claims and demonetization. So there was, a definite hit campaign went out there. And, people say, oh, you're just paranoid. No, I'm not paranoid. This happened. But Rachel, please tell me everything you know, because I'm on your side and you're on my side. We're all in this together, so we can beat these clowns. But yes, I would love to hear more, Rachel. 80s and Star Wars guy, hello there. My pleasure, Dean. And you were fine last week, just a busy chat. Yeah, but even when I was still doing the live stream, I was very conscious that I was slurring my words. And hopefully it won't happen this week, because I only had one whiskey and I've got beer now. But last week, what happened was there was a live football game, or the horrible S word, soccer game, that I watched prior to the live stream, and I was drinking whiskey the whole of that football game. Then I took beer when I was doing this, so it became a bit of a mess, but we'll get through it. Nolan, good afternoon. Dean, I think I'm going to pull the trigger on those mass figures. Yeah. Just when you go to the website, they may say not available. I think that's because it's a very small operation and they don't want to get inundated with a big backlog. But I think if you maybe message them, there may be a way that you can get every figure you want. Because, I'm very happy with those figures. They look awesome. Thinking about, They are great figures. And the fact is, as I think I mentioned in the video yesterday, that a lot of people want masks for the vehicles. But for me, it was my first mask toys were just figures. It was the 2-packs. So for the longest time, I only had figures, and that's what I remember as a kid. So I'm happy to get figures now. Damien says, howdy to everyone. Rachel, so the death threat was because I gave my 14-year-old cousin who loves Kenner Star Wars retro collection and Stan Solo figures to start his collection. Good Lord. You know, people think I'm a sad loser. Those people that issued a death threat because you gave your 14-year-old cousin Stan Solo figures, those are the biggest losers in this world. And the funny thing is, they look like losers as well. Each and every one of them are the lowest of the low, and they are life's losers. So, you know, I would say ignore them. It's not easy to ignore because I deal with it every goddamn day. But you're on the right side, Rachel, so we have your back. Don't worry about that. Till all are one. Basically, someone who you had an issue with before is starting to poke the bear again. Well, there are so many now, I've lost count. If you don't want to do it here, you can do it privately, but I have nothing, I'm not hiding anything, so please put it out there. Tell me everything you know, because I will fight this till the death. Van Helsing's Crossings, good evening. I think his name is Repro Sucks. I don't know that one. The guy reporting your content, Repro Sucks. I don't know that. But please tell me everything you know. Hi, Dean. Have you heard of Karen's Diner in New Zealand? No, I have not. Ben says, yes, and that's touched on. Oh, hi to everyone. Hi to Ben. Stan Solo are brilliant figures, absolutely. The best in the business. And in fact, as it happens, prior to getting this all going, it just occurred to me, I've not heard a peep about my unreleased 12 Star Wars figures from the other guy. And given that I'm blocked from that Facebook page, I'm not able to look up what's going on. And I went to the Fan Strike Back website, and there's no new information. The last comment that he made about the 12 figures was he put out a vote, I believe, asking if people wanted the figures sent out as they were available or wait till they were all available for one like mass mailing. And he said the results were an exact 50-50 split. So we're no further forward with that. But the bottom line is that we're getting up for the 3-year anniversary of that big announcement, and suckers like me plowing out, what I guess, $300. And in return, all I got was a crappy Thrawn figure, which I didn't even know who the character was. I ended up getting rid of anyway. So who knows what's going to happen there. But I am hoping to get Chris Smith to come on live, and we can discuss the good aspects of all this stuff and maybe put out a few insults towards other people. Who knows? It's beyond heavy. It's bloody ridiculous. Good to see you too. Yes. Coglin's Law, evening, Dean, evening all. So it's repro blasting. So that was, let me think about this. Maybe that was 2020. But I think that repro blasting is connected to that stupid convention, like the really big bloke, like ICCC, is that it? Yeah, I've got to look into that. But yeah, that was the one where he was telling me that I was a terrible person because I endorsed repro or something. and he sent me a link to a video where that big bloke was ripping up repro card backs, and there was one line. In fact, I did a video. Yeah, that's right. I did the parody video, and I used all lines that this guy had sent me via text or email. And at one point, he said that all repro does is take everything you love about Star Wars and uses it against you. Like, what the hell is this? It's a plastic action figure. Good Lord. That's horrible. Yeah, that is really, it's pathetic. Well, I mean, it's horrible, but it's pathetic. It's beyond pathetic. He's reporting you, like, okay, how do you know this? And the thing as well, like, reporting me for what? I don't know, because as I said, I had videos going back for 3 years that no one gave a hoot about, and suddenly they all got flagged. Rachel was banned from the Fan Strike Back for asking, okay, so we're in the same boat then, because I got kicked off. And the sad part was he tricked me as well, because I thought Chris Cran was a good guy, and the Smith Lord Creations was all good and stuff, and I did some glowing reviews. But then I realized that, and the trouble here is, both of them having the name Chris has confused a lot of people, and with Chris Smith being the good guy, but Smith Lord Creations, with Smith being in that, being the bad company, it's all very confusing for some people. Hopefully everyone now knows Stan Solo Creations is where you go, and Chris Smith does Stan Solo, Chris Cran does Smith Lord, and the two very distinct companies now. Late to the party, death threats for giving someone Star Wars figures. Yep, sounds that way. You should check out Karen's. Is it Karen's dinner? The whole gimmick behind it is the customers get dogs abuse from the staff, but they don't body shame or homophobic comments. It's intended only as a joke. It's on YouTube. All right, I think I've seen people who like to pay money to get insulted, which is, I don't need to pay money for that. But yeah, hi to Ben. Repro all the way, absolutely. That's an amazing gift for your cousin. Yes, it is indeed. Rachel, that's disgusting. Some people's, very badly raised people. Rachel, ignore the haters. Enjoy the toys. Life, pleasure, plenty. Life's hardship, happy memories. True. But so here we go again. So someone is actively reporting me. So that's how I got kicked off TeePublic then, because the ironic thing about this was on my old TeePublic store, I did have a number of vintage franchises as t-shirts and things that people liked and bought. And I didn't get any warnings, but I got kicked off for supposedly repeated violations, although I never had any violations prior to that. But ironically, the other day, I was doing my thumbnail for those mask figures from CFCB, and I thought, let me look up a mask logo. And I did a Google search for the mask logo and found one, clicked on it, and that was someone's bloody TeePublic store doing that. And the other thing as well, the gentleman that we had issues with probably this time last year has his whole store is t-shirts with famous brand names and figures, etc., who is also very much against repro, but his store survives, but I get kicked off the platform. Very strange. Yeah, I hope your nephew did love the figures. The repro blasting is holding a grudge against you. He posted on Echo Base he would report your figures. Echo Base. That's the British one, I think, isn't it? You know what? Yes, because a couple of those wet blankets One of them, I forget his name now. He and I have never crossed paths before. I forget his name, something about Solo. Anyway, we have never crossed paths, but when you go on Twitter and you see people you know having conversations, you will see this tweet is unavailable. You think, why is that unavailable? So you do a bit of digging and you see the other person has blocked you. So this wet blanket has already blocked me. Fine. The other one, I forget his real name, but he was referred to as Dick Teasel at one point. He was one that got into it with me. Yes, when I opened my ATAC Commander figure, he got into it with me because I was destroying history in some way. And he even equated me opening a vintage Star Wars figure as being the same as killing the family dog. And if I can go back in time and find this exchange, I will definitely post this. So yes, the Echo Base. Rachel, this all makes complete sense now. I was just bitching about the fact that despite trying my damnedest to fit in with everybody in this whole YouTube toy thing, even though I'm not just toys, but I tried my damnedest to fit in. But it's pretty obvious if you look at Twitter and even today's live stream, every live stream, you will not see the same people commenting that comment on all the other channels because they all go to that Echo Base live convention. It's all making complete sense now. They would rather suck the dick of Echo Base than just grow a backbone and come and watch this and comment on this. You're right, Echo Base, that is what it's all about. Whatever. Some fans are just idiots with Repro any day. I'm not going to spend £80 on an original gun when I can get the same for £5. Jason, you're a very smart man. Very smart indeed. Yeah. And the thing as well, if you display your collection with the figures holding their accessories, does it really matter if that accessory was from 1982 or from 2022 if it looks the same and if it makes you happy? Because to me, if I'm happy, my happiness is all that matters. And if I'm happy looking at my collection with reproduction, that's all that matters. Utter wankers, yeah, absolutely. Yep, Nolan agrees. I'm not sure if it would scale with your mask figures, but Ramen Toys, I think that's been. Yeah, I saw that, but it's rather expensive though, and I don't really see the point because it's not a reproduction. It's just a somewhat modern take on a classic toy, and I don't really see the point in that, to be honest. My cousin wanted to start Kenner's Star Wars collection, but the prices are insane. Yep. So I gave the figures to start. I will buy him a retro collection wave 6 and 7 when they come out. Yeah. Okay. I'll maybe try and arrange something whereby the people who watch this channel, we can all help out in some way to get your cousin some nice figures, because the fact that you got a death threat from these idiots does weigh heavily on my mind, because that is not at all cool. I believe they did them in the original scale. So is this the ramen mask, I think. Repro is an alternative if that's a problem. It's a matter of opinion. Vintage is beyond my... Exactly, Jim. Without Stan Solo, I would not have a complete Star Wars collection. And there will be someone that says, yes, your collection is not complete because it's not genuine. It looks good to me, and that's all I care about. The world needs more people like you. Fair play and well done to you for what you did for your cousin. Yeah. The ATAC Commander is the only Star Wars figure I have left. He's sitting in a B-Wing. Wow. And you know what really sucks about that was the fact that I prefaced that whole video by saying I had such fond, vivid memories of getting that figure for the first time. I was with my mom and my grandma, in the co-op in my little village or town in Scotland. And by opening it again, everything came flooding back. It was just like a wonderful experience. And then we had these twats that turned it into this real negative thing. And then the funny part was, they really took the piss out of me on their live stream. So I did a couple of attack videos. But then I thought, you know what? Let's let bygones be bygones. And I said, maybe I overreacted and I tried to make amends. But at the end of the day, the echo base pulls their strings, I guess. That's awesome. Yes, it is, Nolan. Yeah, ramen toys. Or ramen. I guess ramen. Or is it ramen noodles? Yeah, that's a shame. Trying to fit in draws out of the snobs. Okay, trying to fit in draws out the snobs and sycophants. Just be it for yourself. And yeah, I'm starting to realize that. Like I was talking with a couple of lads earlier today, and I think they're watching. So thank you for listening to me, because I had a terrible night last night. I woke up in a really bad mood. I wasn't going to do this today, and I still get bent out of shape at how things are progressing in this whole social thing. Yes, I have my issues. I do say some stupid things at times, but I have good intents or good intentions. But sometimes I do let my mouth run a bit. And there's no question that I have been kicked to the curb. But in saying that, though, the people who are watching here are the people that I really want to be watching, because you are genuine viewers. You're not just, you know, patting me on the back so that I pat you on the back type of thing. And that is very much appreciated. But yes, you're absolutely right, Van Helsing. Yeah, it would have been nice if they scaled it up. So Michael French posted a big saga with screenshot. Yeah, that's where I got the name Dick Teasel. I forget his real name now. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, he basically said what I did was the same thing as killing the family dog. I just couldn't get my head around that. And then the other guy was trying to tell me that I was an asshole because I could easily find one loose. But I didn't want a loose one. I wanted to relive the whole experience and just reconnect with my past, which I did. But anyway, Damien says, as I've said to you, Dean, more than once, your collection is your collection. It's up to you how you display your collection. It's no one else's business. No, it's not. Although when people like Rachel start getting death threats, that's not good at all. And when I get kicked off a platform that was one of my income streams, that's also not cool. Yeah, very much that's stepping over the line there. Your collection, your choice. Anyway, got to do art homework. So see, okay, do well in your homework there, and make sure you get an A. Yes, Landine, I just finished a repro restoration video on R2D2, and it drops Friday at 5 p.m. Central. I already got targeted by the anti-repro group for my pre-post on it. Good Lord. Hi, that is absolutely pathetic. You know, that it's true. Apparently, if you even use a certain detergent to wash your figures, that's a big no-no in their circles. Pathetic. Toys are fun. If anyone mistreats anyone else, is a reflection of their bad character. Absolutely. If I recall correctly, the commander's name was General Veers. Yes. Now, I'm probably going to get this incorrect somehow, but the AT-AT Commander card back had an image of the AT-AT itself, but the card back for, was it the Imperial Officer? I forget the name now. That was an actual image of Veers. I think someone can correct me. Plastic takes thousands of years to degrade. Getting RC over 2 pieces of plastic 20 odd years is not logical. Live long and prosper. Yeah, although in saying that though, I do have some toys In fact, it's my Playmates Star Trek from the 90s are turning a bit sticky. And I have seen other toys, mint and package, fall apart. Of course, like things like G.I. Joe with those rings do degrade and fall apart. But yeah, it is getting RC over plastic is it just shows that those people don't have a whole lot going on in their lives. The 1/18th scale knockoff Mpgi G1 Sideswipe, which scales with 3 3/4 figure switch and car mode, you could pretend to Thunderhawk. Okay. Hang on. But wasn't Sideswipe a Lamborghini? And Thunderhawk was the Chevy Camaro, I think. Hang on, this is Grid Runner Shack. Thank you. Love the channel. I contributed to a Pocket Money Memories with you over on Toy Polloi a while back. Question. If you had 2 crisp pound notes back in the day in the early 80s, what would you buy? Chances are, depending on the year in the 80s, but 2 crisp pound notes would almost certainly have bought me a Star Wars figure. Failing that, if I was going to be really adventurous, I would buy probably 5 comics and a Texan bar, a packet of Toffos, and what was that multicolored popped rice? It wasn't popcorn, but it was like Rice Krispies, in fact, but they were multicolored. Buy a bag of those, some Hubba Bubba, and a Jubilee. How about that? Ramen toys have noodles in their logo. Are you serious? I don't know. I've not actually looked at their website. I just don't think a modern take on a vintage toy is something that I would be interested in. Thanks for the info. It's spelled echo base or echo chamber. Yeah, that's a very good point. Oh, hi, Andy. Good to see you. WJ Tree Theater. Good point. Hello, mate. Yes. Did Michael French actually say that about you? No. No, I think someone was referencing the fact that Michael French did a video about the Echo Base people, plus the ones over here, the I multiple C's, I believe. When I gave my cousin the figs, he asked to play with them. Yeah, of course, that's what they're for. They are for playing with. Hi, Ben. Yep, good Ben. Ben's a good lad. I'm glad he's here. Strict legalism isn't fun in collecting or church. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. They went after Toy Polloi for going after figures because someone could get ripped off. Yeah. Again, it's these people who worry more about the value than just enjoying the things that they were meant to be, because toys are supposed to be enjoyed. That's awesome. Those memories. Yeah, your cousin will appreciate the fact that you took the time to play with them. Jim says, I appreciate your stories, Dean, regarding toy memories. We all relate. Collecting is about memories, feeling good about oneself. It's priceless. Yeah, so Jim, I'm going to have to watch that episode back again because ironically, before we knew each other, Luke Reynolds Reviews was on that same episode. That was just fantastic. I'm thinking, should I maybe do something to invite people to do videos for? Maybe. In fact, as things stand, I am in an absolute race against the clock because, believe it or not, so today's September 13, meaning that tomorrow is September 14, which means, my God, 2 weeks we head to the airport. And I am in no way, shape, or form ready for this. I'm looking at a list of things to do, and it's extensive. But I also need to make up some music to use in videos when we're in Thailand, because I'm going to film, like, I keep saying this, but it's the honest truth. I am going to be able to film the most mind-blowing toy-related videos that anyone has ever seen, I hope. But I want to put some music underneath because it's going to be tours of these places. So I need to get those things made up and recorded. I need to record a ton of videos within the next 2 weeks, one of which I keep promising Damien, which will be my Transformers collection, which he has contributed massively to. And that's a big undertaking. I'm partway through Optimus Prime Lego, believe it or not. I started at the weekend, so we're this far. Challenging, so, but I can see it becoming a bit repetitive, where one bag is building one leg, the next bag is the exact same thing but in reverse. So I've got to finish that and finish that video. I've got so much, a lot to do. I think this time next week will be in official panic mode, but we're not there yet, so we don't have to panic just yet. Rachel, and that same day I gave my cousin the figures. My friend, Mum, gave more figures. Excellent. Rainbow Rice, that's the one. Or Rainbow Drops, perhaps. It wouldn't surprise me about Attack Commander card back. Forlom and Zuckuss, they were the wrong way around, wrongly named, and Snaggletooth was completely wrong, Although for me, Forlom will always be Forlom and Zuckuss will always be Zuckuss. I very much the old Kenner mistake is etched in my mind. Yes, Rainbow Drops, those are the ones. Neil, sorry, no need to apologize. You're here now. That's all that matters. I would have bought a Codemaster game for $1.99 from Amstrad. Wow. Imagine that, £2 for a game back then. Thanks, Monkey Boy. I thought we had a Steward's Inquiry there, almost. Brilliant. A Star Wars figure for me as well. Always used to go for the robots or Imperials. I managed a dinosaur's egg gobstopper. Oh, yeah. Who remembers, were they called Fireballs? It was the aniseed gobstoppers. I think they came in a 3-pack. And those things were pretty damn spicy, but once you got to the end, the gum was delicious. Jason would have bought Star Wars figure as well. Good lad, Jason. Tony Roberts said it himself, when the Star Wars figures market collapsed, the figures will not be worth a penny. Yeah, I think the value in these things will definitely drop off in what? So if I'm your average collector, we've probably got 20 more years of this and that's it, because the folks that followed us won't give a rat's ass about Kenner Star Wars. Oh, thanks, Jason. Yeah, I think I've said this before, but ironically, in the times I've been there before, which was prior to all things 80s, I was in situations that would have made for mind-blowing videos and didn't even give it a second thought. So this time it's going to be very much done with looking at things that you guys hopefully will enjoy seeing. I'm excited, but I'm quite scared as well, actually. Marvel Comics, ice cold orange juice glass with taco, corn chips, happy times, late 70s. Yeah. I think it'll always be worth something, Rachel, but the prices right now are crackers. The last 17 in particular, some people take it far too seriously. Ultimately, they were our toys. Exactly. That's exactly what they are. They are toys. I remember the 3-pack of Fireballs and the super sour ones. Yes. Rachel, Tony Roberts had a go at me on one of his videos simply because I pointed out that the Action Man tank wasn't a tank, but a Scorpion recon vehicle, and he even used foul language. Yeah, I think you remember it, you telling me that, Damien. Yeah. As far as this channel goes, unless you're an absolute dick to me, you can say what you like. I'm not going to start blocking people. Monkey Boy, any spiders tonight? Hope not. That thing was terrifying. Yeah, that was a rather large one, wasn't it? Again, I do apologize for this. I'm very bloody about last week's stream, but yeah, I do remember one shot of Dave dangling this thing by the legs, and it was rather large. Santiago from Argentina. Good to see you. That's fantastic. Wow. this is a rather wide-reaching live stream. So before we get into the main content, which is of course look in from 83, Neil just says, should have got a General Nadine or Madine on 83 Xmas. I was gutted, but it was made up by getting a Slave 1. Yeah, Madine was not the coolest of figures, that's for sure. A rather boring sort of geography teacher with a pointing stick. Quickly to catch up on some news and things. So I just mentioned I am working on my Optimus Prime Lego. In fact, yesterday, Mrs. 88 and I took a taxi ride over to Staten Island to go to the Staten Island Mall, which was the first time I've been to a mall since doing all things 80s. And what blew my mind was the number of Japanese-style import stores, which were just flooded with Funko Pops and various sort of Japanese little models and things. But I did find some toys. But sadly, there was one place, it was Newbury Comics, who I remember going to their original store in Boston many years ago, but they had the retro collection Kenobi figures. So I picked one up. It was Darth Vader. Turned it over, and the price tag was $18.99. And with sale tax, it was going to be something like $20.60 for a retro collection. I thought, good God. No wonder physical stores go out of business so easily, because that is obscene, given that you can pre-order or probably order now from Amazon for about $12. Disgusting. I'm going to do a quick screen share here. If I can remember how to do this, just to talk about something that I will not be buying because it is of no interest to me and the price is just obscene. But let me just share screen here. Hopefully this has popped up now. This is a Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man 40th Anniversary 4-pack. Now, it's 4 incarnations of He-Man. So we've got a Filmation style, which is kind of cool, actually. I do like that. This one, I think, is what, 90s or something. This one, I believe, is 200X. And this one is from the latest, I guess they call it Revelations, that I've not watched. And it does come with the sort of cardboard outer that we've come accustomed to with these exclusives and things. There's like a nice sort of box there. It comes like this, all very fancy. And there's the card backs. Typical retro collection there. Retro play. But this price, $150. Now, given that the Motu Origins exclusives from Mattel are $18 each, which by my horrendous mathematics is what, 18 and 18, 20, what's 36? So $72 basic, so call it 75. Where are they getting this $150 from? And this one is a limit of 2 per customer, so they are able to put limits on things. I got somewhat screwed on Friday there with the Grizzlor. I was on at 12 exactly on the dot, added 1 to my cart, and it just spun and spun and spun. And when it went to checkout, it was already sold out. So I pre-ordered one on the made to order, but that's not coming for another year almost. So I'm not bothered about that. But how are they getting $150 for this is not making any great deal of sense to me, so not interested. And likewise, when they do finally put up that Eternia playset, not interested either. But my God, $150 for 4 figures that sell for $18 each, not cool. Let me know your thoughts. So back to the chat, and I'm a bit behind here. Tony Roberts does take it all far too seriously. The only vintage originals I'm interested in are those actually owned by me from 75 or where repros aren't available, like the Denny's Fish. Yeah, to me, it's all about what I enjoyed as a kid. So I'm not big on modern stuff. If I had 2 crisp pound notes in the early 80s, my dad would have bought himself 4 pints of Skol. 50p a pint. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Hang on. My cousin visits Thailand every year, and it looks so beautiful. So can't wait to see what your travels and adventures. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a trip. So it's like multiple intentions. One is just to make sure I am able to live there. So we're going for 2 months just to sort of test the waters, also look at potential houses, but also make some interesting videos. I mean, I've been 3 times as a tourist and loved it every time, but this time it's for real. We're going to experience everyday real life. And if it is something I'm comfortable with, then we're definitely going to move there. But if we do see a house that we really love and it's a good price, we may just go ahead and commit to it. But let's see. If you go back in time and make up one childhood toy mistake, what would it be? Probably, oh, actually, there's a few, but well, then again, this wasn't a childhood mistake because I sold my Jetfire when I was in my mid-20s. So that's not really a childhood mistake. Childhood mistake would definitely be not removing Darth Vader's cloak and lightsaber and losing both of those things. That was a big mistake. Keeping my Micronauts at 150 is a little excessive, or am I out of touch? No, you're not out of touch. That is excessive for 4 $18 figures. I like the Filmation still head on the first figure, but wouldn't want the rest. Yeah, me too. Exactly. Channels have been talking about this pack today. Too pricey for what it is on offer. Yeah, absolutely. Great question, Rachel. I would go back and stop myself sitting on my Transformer Snarl and snapping his tail off. Rachel Doyle started collecting Asterix and Obelix. Ah, awesome. I still have my 2 original books, actually. Swap some Star Wars stuff for them. Doll, yeah. Pretty much the same as the Horde 4-pack. Yeah, way, way overpriced. Indeed, he does. And God forbid you offer constructive criticism to Valiverse. He takes it personally and gets butthurt and bent out of shape, even though the advice was not about him. Oof, Monkey Boy, bet you regret that. Yeah. I think I misunderstood. Do you mean toy you wish you hadn't had or that you kept? I think just maybe you swapped it with a friend or didn't buy something when you had the chance. I think I believe I have quite a few of those. My biggest regret is buying a Secret Wars Hobgoblin instead of Iceman. Oh. Justin, hi, did finally catch a live stream. God, the price for these exclusives are ridiculous for special packaging. Yeah, exactly. Terrible. Just any toy mistake in general. I also got bullied by one of the one-door numpties. Good Lord. It's pathetic. Excuse my ignorance, but can you find Star Wars toys in Thailand, new or retro? Well, okay, vintage, I'm not sure, but I think I may be able to. I know for a fact, vintage collection, Black Series, retro collection, yes. All the modern stuff is there, plus stuff that you've never seen in your life before. I was watching a video yesterday from the place that I'll be going to multiple times. Just to give you a rough idea, we're talking 6 floors of a mall that is nothing but independent toy collector stores. And they have everything from Hot Toys to Lego and all the Star Wars things that we all love. So it will be very interesting if I do good videos, that is. Geek Strong, hey everyone. My biggest mistake was blowing up my A-Team van when I was 14. Oh, you know what I did as well? I went through a stage of smashing up my Corgi toys with rocks. Like some sort of demolition scene. It was so stupid. Tony Roberts, you guys are a riot. I don't know what that means. Amazing Dean, you'll have to do some videos on... Oh, absolutely. Now, at this point... I'm not that far into things, but the bladder is straining somewhat, and I do have someone in the background who's not quite appeared yet. If he will do his magic and appear, I can bring him on, and then I can make a quick trip to the bathroom. Geek said, Travis, I bet that was awesome at the time. You meant Jason. Bet none of the 18 figures were hurt. No. Like for wonder, why would you get butt hurt over a He-Man repaint? I have no idea. People need to realize that these are toys, and by their very nature are supposed to be enjoyed and not a source of aggravation for people. Some people are very strange, aren't they? So I'm not sure if my call out there was heard or not. But I do actually have to use the restroom very, very soon. I think another comment coming in. So as I've always said, YouTube does go faster than StreamYard. But here we go. Jason has said, he filled it up with firework bangers and lighter fluid. Good Lord, man, you went to town on that thing. What were you thinking? The Defiant says, I remember getting a vintage Rancor for Christmas, 83. Just bought a new one in mint condition with box insert and poster. Fortune, love your... Oh, thank you. Just wondering what your opinion is of the samurai-styled Star Wars figures. I know what you mean. They're of no interest to me whatsoever. Okay. Nice, Jason. I still have the 18 van, but no figures. They were too... Yeah, they were... Now, do you? Those were the smaller figures, right? Because I've got the big, I guess they're 5-inch figures. Those are great figures. Oh, hang on. He's here. Let me add someone that we've seen before to the stream, and he will hopefully be able to entertain you. Now, from what I'm seeing, I don't know if this is a camera filter, but he looks odd. Monkey Boy. Ah, there he is. Okay, I take that back. What happened was before the camera goes live, it's somewhat dimmed on my view down here, and I thought you were wearing white makeup. So, no. Monkey Boy, everyone knows Monkey Boy. If I hate to put you on the spot, first things first, do you have a quick story to tell or news to share?
I don't have really anything off the top of my head, but I can look at the chat while you go, if you like.
If you don't mind, because I really do need to make that first bathroom break, because it's
no problem. Where did we get up to?
Well, the last comment is from Thomas talking about the 18 van, but no figures.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, but when I get back, I'll go over it all again. But if you want to just share maybe an A-team story or something, but yeah, I'm definitely going to have to excuse myself for 2 minutes, and I'll be right back in the time it takes to take a slash. I will see you shortly.
Right. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
So what was this, Jason? Oh yeah, the A-team figures were fugly. Yeah, I had a few of the A-team figures. I recently found them. I found my BA and my Hannibal. They were all in reasonable condition, and I also found Face's head, but only his head. So I don't know what happened to his body between sort of my young days and now, but something has happened to his body. So I've just got his head. I was thinking of using him in some upcoming videos, but I will have to put his head on a stick. And I thought I might call him Stick Face. So there's that. Right, what have we got here? No humans were hurt. Well, was this you blowing up your A-team van? I'd be interested to know how you blew up your A-team van, Jason. Nolan, my biggest regret was melting my Joes with a battery charger made DIY electric chair. Okay, so did a bit of a MacGyver, did you, with a battery charger? And you've melted your Joes. I see. And we've got Mpgi saying hello. Hello, Sawadee ka. And Thomas Phillip, the little ones, 3.75. Oh, I see. Yes. I think, yeah, I had the BA, the little one. And Jason says he's trying to get his 18 back. Yeah, the Galoob ones go for quite a bit of money now, especially if they're in good condition. The paint tended to come off those quite easily, the Galoob versions. So, and particularly off the heads and faces, the paint would wear off those quite a lot. My BA, he's off to the side somewhere, but I won't find him now. But my BA is not in the best of condition. His socks are a bit scraped up, and some of his, I think some of his hair and some of his sort of facial stuff is missing now, because that's all worn off. Any more comments? I'm not seeing any more comments, but I don't know if that's just because my thing is frozen. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Oh, I see.
Dave, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. That was a rather long wee there. I do apologize for that. I don't know. Right. Did you cover this?
Where I've got up to is Yesterland Toys comment that says, Dean, are you a big Elvis fan? I am, and I want to get those Elvis figures, but man, they're pricey.
Okay, I'm going to catch up with this. Melting Joes with a battery charger made.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Oh, here she is. Best behavior, everyone. The little ones, yeah, those little ones were terrible, weren't they? So, yeah, I do have 4. I have the main A-team, but I do need to find myself a nicer Murdoch, because the one I have, his legs are all floppy and he has no accessories. The other ones were all brand new that I opened, which were fantastic. As a kid, I only ever had BA. Jason now trying to get his 8. Yeah. You know what? I was looking at a new on-card Murdoch, but my God, like nothing less than like $80 for one of those. It's like way too much.
Is that the Galoob ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are expensive.
MB. Hey, monkey boy. Yes, I am. Well, yes and no. The first 6 are not at all expensive to get hold of. And it's very much like a Star Wars Last 17 thing with the last 2 figures that McFarlane made. By that point, the line was dead, so very few were sold. And they came with 0 accessories and 0 fancy stands. So those are the 2 worst figures, but they are the most expensive. And as I highlighted in my video on that very subject, getting that so-called gospel Elvis, which was, of course, the If I Can Dream Elvis, it was not a gospel song, but getting that one was probably the hardest figure or hardest toy I've ever had to acquire. And it took a good 6 weeks of searching and a couple of heartbreaks on losing auctions, but finally got one. But yeah, the first 6 are easy to come by and not too expensive, but the last 2, which is the Aloha from Hawaii and the Gospel Elvis, very hard to get.
And then you went and opened them, Dean.
Had to. Because they do require some assembly. So even though it's in package, it wasn't quite correct. You had to get them out to get the stages built and everything stuck in together to make them look good. But yeah. Okay, thanks, Ben. Hi, Monkey Boy. Great to see you. Thanks, Damien. Hi, Monkey Boy. Oh, thanks, Jason. Justin says hi to Monkey Boy.
Hello,
great
everyone.
videos of the weekend, Monkey Boys. Yes. And you know what? On that very subject.
Oh yes. Go on.
Let me just copy something here.
While you're doing that, Dean, I'll just explain. If any of you are subscribed to Monkey Boys Toys channel, I did drop a new video at the weekend but it appears that the notifications didn't go out to everybody. So there's a lot of people didn't receive the notification for that. So if you're sub to the channel, go and have a look, because there is a new video on there. And there's also a surprise at the end of that video for a new channel, which must not be talked about at this stage.
Right. So first things first, I'm going to post this. Oh, God damn it. I keep doing it wrong. Hang on. I do apologize for this. I'm not on my game today. What am I doing wrong? Hang on. I'm really confused by that. I'm trying to...
Rachel's saying she didn't get the notification either. Yeah, I don't know if it's because they were swearing in the video and YouTube decided not to tell anybody about it. I really don't know. But I have heard from several people, at least half a dozen people, that they didn't get the notification. So pop onto my channel and you'll see the latest video on there.
I'm just trying to bring this up. So hopefully I can copy it this time. Yep, here we go. So if I copy this and paste down here. Right. Okay, everyone watching this, I've posted the link to Dave's channel. So we have 54 people watching right now. Of those 54, maybe 24 are already subscribed. The other 30, please immediately subscribe to Dave's channel. And also as well, if anyone here uses social media, which is Twitter and Facebook, I don't use Instagram, but my Facebook All Things 80s page just hit a milestone this week of 3,500 followers.
Hey.
Ironically, I've not really posted much there, so I'm going to make a point of posting more there, but I do post on Twitter. So anyone watching this, please do subscribe to the All Things 80s Twitter page. And from there, you will find Monkey Boy's page, and just like us all and comment and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Not hard to do. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, you know. Just click of a mouse. That's all it takes.
Yeah,
Tree,
guys, do it.
Thank you, Tree. Law Monkey Boy stick face.
Yeah.
I still did enjoy the name Monkey Boy Cloth Cat.
Yeah.
That to me was, I mean, the fact is that name has stuck with me for, and we're talking months ago at this point, but I would always see it in the chat.
Yeah.
Likewise, the other one, which is Wilma Dickfoot, also sometimes comment. Another good name. What does Fugly? Those were the small A-Team figures. They were not very good looking. They all had the same jumpsuits, but in different colors. At least the bigger figures had their sort of standard outfits. Okay. Hi to Petchy. Rachel, sorry everyone, I'm crying. An anti-repro dude says, if I don't take the figs off my cousin, he'll come to my house and burn with me. I'm not going. Are you serious? Can you tell us who this person is? Because we should have a campaign against this person, because that is absolutely uncalled for. Absolutely disgusting.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Vintage Star Wars Falcon Ultimate toy playset. Never had it back in the 80s. Yeah, I never had Falcon either, or AT-AT for that matter. Fireworks, bangers, and lighter fluid. Wow, Jason, you were crazy.
Yeah.
Fugly, I believe. Oh yeah, it's a cross between effing and ugly. So fugly is fucking ugly. Means fucking yeah. Welcome back. Oh, thanks, Thomas. Yeah, that was a very much required draining of the bladder there.
That was a bit of a Shire horse piss, was it?
Oh, big time. Well, it was the first one, so you know that means I'm going to be back every 5 minutes from now on. It's the way of things.
I always used to say I used to piss like a Shire horse. I haven't got a big dick, but I've got very hairy feet.
I like that. Yes, I got all the bad guys from A-Team. Got the first. Oh, nice. Yeah. Because actually, in the larger scale, they have a whole slew of bad guys that no one seems to have, because no one bought them back in the day. Because who would? Plus, Amy is very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Or, well, no, if you have the money, it's very easy, but she's very expensive to get hold of, put it that way. And let's
Yeah.
face it, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, when I was a kid in the 80s and had money to spend on Star Wars figures, I was not buying a miniature doll of Princess Leia. Likewise, when I was buying an A-Team figure, I'm not buying a girl figure. No way. No kid I knew back then would buy a girl figure, which is
No.
why she's so hard to come by now, because I'm guessing so few sold that the stores probably just dumped what they had left over, which is why you can't really get them anymore. Plus some mask vehicles, yes. Mattel was kind of disappointing in the 3-inch figures like Battlestar Galactica, Mork and Mindy, etc. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, absolutely loved it. Although the only problem was, because I knew the whole story, I was sitting there watching the movie. It's like almost 3 hours, I believe, or maybe over 3 hours, waiting for certain, like I'm sitting there thinking, okay, when does he join the army? When does he come back? When does he do the 68 comeback special? When does he do Vegas? And then when do we see Unchained Melody? So because I knew the story, I wasn't really immersed in it. I absolutely loved it. The acting was out of this world. As I think I may have said this before, if you get a chance, go on YouTube and do the side-by-side comparisons of what really happened with the real Elvis and what Austin Butler did, and it's the most amazing acting job you will ever see. Really was quite something. And yeah, I was quite emotional during the whole movie, but especially at the end. My God. Have you seen the Elvis movie? Yeah, Yesterland. It was a fantastic movie. Absolutely brilliant.
Presumably Elvis was already well known when he went off to join the army. Is that correct?
Yes.
So was he afforded any special privileges or protection or anything?
I think he got to stay in a nice house as opposed to sort of general barracks.
Right.
But he did his part. Like he knuckled down. He didn't allow his fame to give him. He did what he had to do, whether or not he was Elvis or Joe Bloggs.
Yeah.
And of course, prior to going to Germany, he had recorded a bunch of songs which were released in his absence, so it kept him popular. So when he came back, but then he did all those like really crappy movies for what 8 years or something. And he said, you know what, I want to be live on stage, and did the comeback special, and that was it. And
yeah. And is that all in the movie?
Everything, yeah. But the funny thing is, the movie's sort of told from Tom Parker's eyes, who was his like leech of a manager, who probably has the best deal ever in entertainment history, whereby he got 50% of all the takings.
Ooh.
So yeah, and he pissed it all away in the casinos as well.
Oh.
And that's why Elvis had those Vegas what the fuck's the word?
What, a residency?
Residencies to pay off his gambling debts.
Oh no.
Yeah. You have to see the movie. Actually, I don't
Yeah,
know if
do
you use any questionable streaming sites? Because
I tend not to anymore. I used to, but I tend not to now.
I still do. I can maybe send you a link to one, but yeah, it's there because here's the thing though. When the movie came, here's the funniest thing about all of this. I didn't know about the movie that was coming out. And it was back in June. I was outside listening to music, and I put on Elvis, and I thought, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being stuck here for almost 3 years. I need to get out of this place. And I was put on my music, and Elvis came on. I thought, Graceland. We could go visit Graceland. So we made the plans to visit Graceland, and then we saw, and then, coming out next week in the theaters only, Elvis. So, oh shit. And normally I would watch my movies on my questionable streaming site. Yeah. But because it was theatre only, they only had a bootleg copy, and the picture was fine, but the audio was just useless. You could not. Plus the fact that Tom Parker was Dutch, and what's his name? Good Lord, Tom Hanks did a really heavy accent, so the audio on the bootleg was just useless. But now that it's out on streaming and Blu-ray, the bootleg sites have the perfect HD version. So,
which streaming site has got it?
Well, I'll send you the link off.
Yeah. I meant, is it on an actual streaming site? Like,
oh yeah, I think it's HBO in America.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a fantastic movie. So, and if you don't know the backstory, it's even better.
Yeah, I'll give that a look.
Yeah, no one got your notification for some reason.
Yeah, that's really strange. I still wonder if it's because there was bad language in it. I mean, it doesn't sound right, but I can't think why it just died on its arse. So if anyone wants to go and watch that latest video, hop onto my channel after this.
And there it is, right there, Monkey Boy's Toys.
Yep. And remember to stay to the end of the video.
Yeah.
Remember to stay to the end.
Oh crap! I didn't get notification. That sucks. I'll check it out after. Yeah, there's some real funny business going on lately. Congratulations, Dean, on the milestone on Facebook. Yeah, I don't know how that happened because I've really neglected the Facebook page. But you know what? I think what happens is I post stuff that's genuine 80s memories, that's not really to do with toys, and the people that comment and like. Or I have no idea who they are, but they seem like older ladies and gentlemen who just like a bit of nostalgia. So I think I need to try and push them more to come to the YouTube page, because if they did, that would be a big boost. I casted the small 18 figures heads from a mold made from blue stuff and put them on knockoff G.I. Joe figures, the core, and repainted. Look, show accurate, very good. Oh, excellent. I've actually been doing some casting myself, with a view to making a Christmas decoration, which I'm not going to show, actually. I'll show Dave afterwards, but I'm not going to show you because I might keep that as a secret. Rachel, unfortunately, the dude went anonymous. Oh, good Lord. That's...
of course he did. Of course he did.
They're losers. Yes, name and shame. Everyone... Yeah, we've all got your back, Rachel, so don't worry about anything else. Daniel. Good to see you, Daniel. Evening, Daniel. Do you have any of the Galoob A-Team stuff? Yeah, I have the 4 larger scale figures, 3 of which I opened myself off packets, which I'm sure upsets Dave and many other people watching. Murdoch I had to buy loose, and he's not a good version, so I am looking for a new one of those to open with all the accessories. And I think the BA I opened did not have the correct strap to his toolbox, which is rather odd. But
I still don't know how I lost the body to face. I've got his head, but I don't have the rest of him.
Yeah, the bad guys also. You got 3 3/4. Evening, sir. Trying to get all the 12-inch Star Wars vintage dolls. Yeah, down to 4 left, but man, they're insane. Yeah, I actually, talking of the opposite of toy regrets. In primary 2, a classmate gave me his 12-inch Stormtrooper. Just gave it to me.
What?
No blaster, but nevertheless, he just gave it to me. I had it until about early 2000. It was fantastic.
That's crazy. Cool.
Hang on. All I can say is Reprodude went under 666-23456. Clown. Princess Leia was my first figure from 78, my first crush. Probably my first crush. Ooh, no, I think it was Bananarama, but anyway. Is it Facebook you're receiving the abuse? Yeah, let us know where this abuse is happening. Elvis and Prestwick should have been in the film. Yes, I believe, I could be wrong, but the only time Elvis set foot outside of America or Germany was in Scotland when he was transferring planes to go back to America. And there's a plaque in Prestwick Airport to commemorate the fact that Elvis set foot in Scotland. There you go. I tried to post a vid on All Things 80's Facebook page, but unable to. Okay, I'll look into that. Maybe I need to do something. Like I said, I've been neglecting it of late. I'm going to definitely make an effort to make it far more like a daily thing, because I mean, 3,500 people like it, so I need to put in more effort. Thomas Phillips and I went with the 1997 12-inch Star Wars figures as better, down to the last 15 to get. Oh yeah, the 97. Yeah, those. I had one of those at one point. I had the Luke X-wing, but it just seemed like it seemed almost Ken doll-like to me. It wasn't really like an action figure. Rachel shouldn't worry too much about that cloud. It's all hot air. I'm sure the individual doesn't know where she lives, but should go to the Gardai. Is that the Irish place?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, the cheapest guitar video. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was, my God, that's years ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My God. If you thought I was drunk last week, man, I did videos before All Things 80s, like really drunk, doing music stuff. And yeah, I bought a $63 electric guitar to test it out. And that was something.
Was it new $63?
Brand new guitar, $63. And literally,
I bet that was a really nice one.
You could lift it on your pinky. It was so light. My dad said that when he was young, the sad death of the nation was the death of Winston Churchill. Yeah, I mean, now we're getting to experience something, I guess, somewhat similar. Although I've not watched a lot of it because I'm so busy, but I did watch a quick video last night on YouTube showing the scenes from the Royal Mile in Edinburgh. And it really did take me back, because Mrs. 88 and I spent quite a bit of time there 3 years ago, just looking at all the tourist stuff. And believe it or not, there's a Thai restaurant just off the Royal Mile that sells Leo beer. So when we went in there, man, I was happy. And this is really terrible, actually. So this was when my sister-in-law and her boyfriend came over to Scotland just to stay with us for a week or so. So we went into this Thai restaurant in Edinburgh, and they were the only Thai customers along with me. And I'm ashamed to say that we got the best service at the expense of other customers, because we got all our dishes came out before people who had ordered before us. And I felt terrible about that, but it was Thai looking out for Thai, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I was quite embarrassed by it, but you know.
Then did the other patrons notice? Do you think? Did you get any shitty looks?
They had to have, because they were already sat and ordered. We walk in, they come across, oh, somebody grab, you know, yabbing away, and all our dishes are flying out the kitchen when everyone else is still waiting. It was awkward. Although in saying that, this was after we'd been to the whiskey experience on the Royal Mile, which is a whiskey museum tour sampling type thing. And there are varying levels of ticket, and the gold ticket entitles you to one sampling during the tour and then 4 samplings after the tour. So I bought 4 tickets of the gold level. Unbeknownst to me, well, Petchy has stopped drinking because she has discovered an allergy to alcohol. Her sister has since developed a gluten allergy to wheat-based things. And the boyfriend is probably a lightweight. So following the tour, I was then faced with 12 shots of whiskey. And then we walked to the Thai restaurant and I found Leo beer. So you can imagine that at that moment in time, I really didn't care that our dishes were coming out of the kitchen before other customers, but I still felt guilty about it. So Thomas has all the 12 inches from 97. Nice. And the reason why Elvis hardly ever performed abroad was his manager was illegal. Yep. And he feared he wouldn't get back. That's exactly correct. Yeah. He was a big fraudster. Yeah. I find the first back in 2018 at local toy fair, and I was like, wow, I want them. Nice. My cousin is here. He'd like to say hi. Okay, hi. Bring him on. Or hi to your cousin. Enjoy your Star Wars figures.
Hello.
And welcome to a new and exciting
Tell us,
world.
tell us his name, Rachel, if you want.
Yeah, you're right. No girl figures at school. If a kid had an evil Lynn or a Tila, they were laughed at. Yes. And they were probably called a poof as well, which no one ever wanted to be called back then. Hi, everyone. It's Rachel's cousin. I do not have my own account, so we'll use hers. Okay. Oh,
hello.
Well, greetings. And I hope you have a great time collecting Star Wars figures.
Yeah, we hope you like your new toys.
It's a new and exciting world. Well, it's not that new. It's only from the 70s, but you will love it. And don't care what anyone says. If you enjoy playing with those figures, that's all that matters. Didn't Galoob produce a giant Mr. T? Yes, they did. And it may have been talking. I'm not sure, but
I think it was.
Are you? Yeah. Rachel's from Ireland. Yeah. You had Princess Leia. Wow, Jason. Yes, she is. Do you live in Ireland? Yes. Hi, Rachel, cousin. Again, Dean. I want to know, what was your first Star Wars figures? Okay. It's between one of two, or it may have been both at the same time. But Darth Vader and the Hoth Stormtrooper were my first two figures. Now, I don't remember if it was one or then the other, or if both at the same time. But I do remember for the longest time, I only had those two figures. So those are very special figures to me. And both figures that came with vinyl capes that I managed to lose. Hi to the cousin. Yep. Yeah. The vintage 12-inch IG-88 was, that was the last one they ever made, I believe. Will you ever get the Galoob 3 quarters? I would like to at some point. Because bearing in mind that I've pretty much sworn off modern things, so right now I have all the Star Wars figures. Mask, I can add to Mask. Transformers, I can add to Transformers. And that really leaves me with Star Wars vehicles and maybe also I need to get more A-Team. But yes, A-Team and Galoob 3/4-inch mask, definitely on my list of things I would like to acquire. Ward says, yes, a 61-year-old Glasgow guy called Ross Meikle claims he is the result of a quick clinch Elvis had with his mum than a young cleaner at Prestwick Airport. She's probably like chasing the money, I would imagine. But yeah, it's quite possible because he definitely was a ladies' man. I was up in London on Saturday paying my respect to the Queen. Oh, nice one. Thank you, Jason. Fantastic. Has anyone seen the vid where the man-child burns? Oh, that was in the or the big fish tank filled with like 3,000 vintage Star Wars figures. And because he hated the new movies, he poured acetone over them all and melted them into one big globe. Absolutely disgusting. I'm going to go on a limb here and say Red Letter Media, perhaps? I don't know. Oh, wow. Blake, thank you so much, sir. Support for the channel and for more repros. Thank you so much, Blake. I very much do appreciate that. That really does help a great deal. Thank you, sir.
Wow.
Nope, that's fine, Rachel.
No problem.
Just
no
Rachel's
problem, Rachel.
Cousin. That's all we need to know is Rachel's cousin. Rachel Doyle, who is the man-child? Oh, I think I just said. I think it was a channel. Possibly. I mean, if I get this wrong, I apologize. But I think if you Google Red Letter Media Star Wars figures, I think that's the answer. Absolute legend. Yes, so generous, and thank you for supporting this. Oh well, thank you as well, Ben. Okay, I'm going to catch up quickly, and then we can look at looking. It was hard time around the late 80s, 90s when toy companies were hesitant about female figures. Yeah, absolutely. Damn, those were the first two figures I opened. Oh, nice. Excellent. Just going from work here in Portland, Oregon. Going to have some lunch and enjoy the stream. Hello, all. Thank you, Ryan. what kind of tobacco are you enjoying today?
Today I've got in my vape. I've got custard and butterscotch mix.
Wow. Now this is going to be a big dilemma for me. So Mrs. 88 and I haven't smoked since April of 2020. However, once you get into Asia, the temptation is high because of all the fancy flavors they have. So just to give you some insight, the last time we were in Thailand, I was smoking Marlboro Orange, which was a menthol cigarette that you could then click and get orange flavor, which was like orange bubble gum. In mainland Thailand, they have a company called Mevius, which also sells in China and Japan. They had Mevius. You could have Mevius pink or Mevius purple, and the Mevius purple was one click made it minty. The second click gave you a grape flavor, and the pink one, I think, may have been some sort of berry. And these things are just absolutely delicious. And
Yeah.
I really don't want to smoke again. But in saying that, there was something quite fancy about these fruit flavored cigarettes.
Yeah. I find it very strange that they don't allow vaping, but they allow flavored cigarettes. That's bonkers.
It's crazy. Although in saying that, though, the packages on Thai cigarettes are like something from a horror movie where they show someone's, esophagus ripped out and blood spattered everywhere, or they show
That's
like a
what they like here.
deformed embryo. And
Yeah, they like that here now as well.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they'll show you a corpse or some lungs or some hideous things.
Yeah, it used to be the case that cigarette packages were quite distinctive. I remember the Silk Cut had that sort of purple bow almost on it.
Yeah,
And Regal, was that like a blue V in some way, or?
it was blue. I can't remember the details,
Yeah,
but yeah, they all used to look different, but now they're all the same. They're all this sort of browny green color, and they've all got
yeah,
health warnings all over them, and then these horrible images on as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hi, Ryan Porter.
I'm just going to go and
Yes.
grab a quick cider. I'll be back in a minute.
Go ahead. Red Letter Media staged a vintage figure melt, and it was done using. Oh, so it's faked. Okay. Now, is that confirmed? Because they looked pretty real to me. Gotta go. It will be my cousin here. Okay. Do you think you'll ever add to your Kenner $6 million man recently just acquired? Yeah, I have to do that as well. I need. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, but so many things to collect without even worrying about modern stuff. Can Monkey Boy blow vape rings?
Yep, I'll have a go.
Okay, let's see. Not bad. Yeah. Ben, first time hearing they were fake. Feeling a bit better now. Yeah. Well, I need clarification because those looked pretty damn real. Did you get a chance to watch Thunderbirds? No, not yet, but definitely on my list. Rachel has been telling me there are people who don't want me collecting Star Wars. Yeah, don't
You
listen
go ahead
to
and
them.
collect them, buddy.
Ignore. We are saying, please do collect. That's all that matters.
You go right ahead. Go right ahead, buddy.
Tell Mrs. 80s they are Paysaide's Pink Panther figures. They're incredibly well made, but pricey now in today's aftermarket. You should look after them. Well, no, the company was Pop Mart. They're from Japan, but yeah, Pop Mart. But yeah, they are very well made. Fantastic figures, actually. Reading movies. I remember Jarm Black Clove. Yes, I used to smoke them here because they were so tight. They would actually crackle when you sucked on them because they smelled fantastic. And those, of course, got banned in America. And I believe they're banning menthol in America as well.
Oh.
And you know what? If kids today are so ill-informed that they think smoking is cool. That's on them. If adults want to do it, that's their choice, but don't ban it for everyone. Do you remember the Mr. T sucker? Yeah, absolutely, yes. Do not listen to them. If you want to collect Star Wars figures, then that's your choice. And you are free to collect what you want to collect. Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, finally, we're up to date. Now, look out for Lucan. This is 1983 when Return of the Jedi was the hot new property. And I hope to God this works, because I had to make this slideshow. I'm just going to wait to see if it comes up. Now, has that popped up?
Yep. Fantastic cover.
But I'm going to go on to the page of this. So I'm going to be, I can't address the chat all the time, but I can zoom in. So how does that look on everyone's screen? Is it quite clear, or is it too small?
For me, it's quite small, but I'm looking at it on a mobile device.
Okay, so I'm going to hit the zoom button. So there, and I can drag.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, cool.
Here we go. The gang's all here again. Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Color Center. And this was the Junior TV Times, number 23, June 4, 83, 20 pence. And it's 30 Alien Chase electronic games to be won. Now, if you look here, classic image there. And this was one that I do remember buying as a kid, because I remember having the poster. But when we get to the end, it was kind of a big mistake on my part. We'll get to that, though. It says here, start your new Duran Duran collector page set. And that was my big fail, but we'll get to that. Also featured Thompson Twins, Volleyball, Fall Guy, Danger Mouse, and lots more. What a fun-packed comic or magazine. First page was like readers' illustrations, which for the most part were pretty awful. Pleased to meet you. And this is someone who met Eric Morecambe. There he is, of Morecambe and Wise fame.
Oh, that's crazy, because in my looking I've got, there's also a drawing of Boy George in that one. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, but hang on. Eric is touching the girl in a very odd area, though.
Oh
dear.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So someone has drawn Boy George. It's okay, I guess. Here is a picture of me wearing my Irish dancing costume. I go to lessons every Monday, and I have been in competitions all over England. I have won 11 plaques and trophies and 1 cup. I have also won over 130 medals, and that is from Fiona from Tamworth. Wow.
Right.
But look at these drawings now. This is Arnold from Different Strokes.
Oh, wow.
And we've got E.T. and
a
bunch of animals, which is rather odd. But yeah,
that's
it was
always in E.T. He was hiding in Elliot's boys. He was hiding amongst them.
So there we go. Always page 3 was like kids' submissions. We've got some, I guess, what's this all here? Pets. Here's a photo of myself with my pet rabbit. His name is Cuddles. He is a super joke. Here's a super joke. Where would you find white elephants? At a jungle sale. From Julie from Hereford.
Thanks, Julie from Hereford.
Yeah. Lookalikes are always terrible, and this one is no exception. I think singer Kiki D looks like Charlie's Angels' Tanya Roberts. Not even close.
Not really, no.
I'm not going to go through every word on every page. We'll try and get through this quickly. A few birthdays. We've got some, obviously, readers, but a few celebs, one of which is Bjorn Borg, who was only 27 in 83. I always saw, I remember seeing him at Wimbledon on the TV, thinking he was quite old, but 27. I guess the beard must have aged him. Steve Jones, I guess that's not of Sex Pistols fame. It says here, a Pyramid Game presenter. Don't know that one. He's 38. But Nick Rhodes of Duran Duran was only 21.
Wow.
which means he was 20 when Rio came out and 19 when Duran Duran came out. Good Lord. That puts me to shame a bit. We got Rock On Tommy. It's the Cannon and Ball cartoon strip. So I guess if you want to watch this, you can pause the replay and enlarge it. I don't want to go into every cell here. 2 pages worth, not bad. This is what? This is Battle of the Choirs. Good Lord. The Granada Choir Contest. That sounds like great viewing. Channel 4, of course, debuted in 82, so this was now a thing. Being switched on is just a doodle for Graham. Graham Fletcher Cook has made a real name for himself on Channel 4's Switch. I don't remember that at all. I remember this guy from Formula One, whose name is going to escape me until I read it. What the hell? Where the fuck's his name? What the hell?
That looks like Peter. It looks like Peter Groom from Blue Peter, but it isn't.
No, hang on. What the hell? Yorkshire TV's Barry Sheen, motorcycle nut. I think. I'm sure if Damien is still watching, he'll remember Barry Sheen. What's this? The perils that surrounded Cape Horn. Sorry. Wow, kind of boring for a kids' magazine, don't you think? Thompson Twins, Hold Me Now. I've seen video of the guy in the middle. I forget his name. Hang on, let's try and find it now. He's been performing live as a solo act, and he's absolutely terrible. If I can get his name, because it should be like Tom something. Tom Bailey, yeah. I've seen if you Google on you or YouTube Tom Bailey Thompson Twins, terrible solo performer. Fall Guy cartoon strip, good stuff.
Oh, I used to love the Fall Guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was great.
So this is a chance to win an exciting Tomy Alien Chase electronic game and challenge your friends. Now, I was all over these contests. I think I entered all of these contests. I did win a couple, believe it or not. This game looks pretty advanced for 83. I would have loved this.
Yeah.
Now you have to match up the name with the aliens. So you've got E.T. What's that? Geffling, Makara, Chewbacca, Mork, and Yoda. So, okay, I've got E.T., Chewbacca, Yoda, Mork. The other two I'm going to have to guess. Any help here?
Geffling was the one with the ears, the pointy ears, and the long hair.
So 4 is Geffling. Yes.
I can't see the numbers. The one that's in the middle on the right.
This one. So 4. So you're saying 4 is Geffling. So by process of elimination, number 2 is Makara.
I think so. I mean,
okay. So we can enter and win this. I got to say though, that game looks fantastic.
Let's enter. That does look good.
All these buttons and a little joystick. What more could a kid want?
Yep, I'd like one of them.
We've got fun and games like puzzles and jokes. Hang on, this is a joke. And he said, I told him to watch out for that left hook. Hang on, what am I missing here?
Don't know.
I told him to.
I can't see it very well.
No, it just said it's okay. It's got the boxer with his left arm raised. The shorts are suspended in midair, and it says, I told him to watch out for that left hook. I'm not getting that at all. Okay, elephant trainer. Doctor, my elephant has just swallowed a bullet. What should I do? Just don't point him at anyone. Okay. Yeah. Pretty awful. Quick quiz.
Okay.
With which comedian do you associate Vince, Prince, and Honest Sid? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where the answers are.
No
I see Sevi Ballesteros, the golfer. But anyway.
Sevi.
Brainy Smurf wants to know if you can work out what the missing number is in each of the following sequences. Maybe some other day. Woof, woof. is that what's his name from Radio 1? Tony Blackburn, yeah. Woof woof. Oh, that's a quick cartoon strip.
Oh,
Okay. I know that people here just want to see Return of the Jedi. So anyway, Murphy's Mob. I don't know what that is. I have no recollection of this.
no, don't know.
And it's a 2-page spread. Ah, yes, here we go. TV listings. Now, I'll call out my STV if anyone sees their channel. Dave, are you on? Is this you, Anglia?
Anglia, yeah.
Let me just do a quick comparison between Anglia and STV. Hang on. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do Anglia first. Saturday. So also bearing in mind, this magazine only highlighted children's shows. So Saturday 10:05 in the morning, Metal Mickey. 10:30, number 73. 5:15 p.m. was a film, just any film. 7 p.m. was Just Amazing. But 7:45 was Chaz and Dave's Knees Up. Wow. Sunday, 11:30, Owzat. Is that like a cricket show or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
2:05, Laurel and Hardy. That could have been the cartoon or the actual live action. Who knows?
Yeah, it could have been either.
5 p.m., The Royal Family. I don't know. 5:30, Andy Robson, and 7:15, Magnum PI.
Right.
Monday after school, 4 p.m., Alphabet Zoo. 4:15, Cartoon. 4:20, The New Fantastic Four. Yes. 4:45, Dramarama, and 5:15, Different Strokes.
Oh.
4 p.m., Cockleshell Bay. I do remember that. 4:15, a cartoon for 5 minutes. But 4:20, Razzmatazz. And I remember, like, rah, 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 Razzmatazz was the theme tune. 4:45, CBTV, Channel 14. Oh, don't know that one. But 7:30, Knight Rider.
Yes.
Wednesday, 4 p.m. after school, Rod, Jane, and Freddie. And those were the sidekicks on Rainbow, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
4:15, cartoon, then film fun, then What's Happening, then Happy Days with the Fawns.
Excellent.
Thursday, Gammon and Spinach. Don't know that at all. A cartoon, First Post, Rowan's Report, and Home. I don't know any of those.
No,
and on Friday, we had Rainbow, we had a cartoon, we had Animals in Action, Free Time, I remember, with the thumb up, and at 8 p.m. was The Fall Guy.
yes.
And I'm assuming the STV was more or less the same, if I can call this up. Saturday with Metal Mickey, number 73, a film, Just Amazing, and Chaz and Dave. Sunday, we had Here's Boomer, don't know that one. Owzat, Glenn Michael, that was Glenn Michael's Cavalcade, with Paladin, the Paraffin Lamp, Andy Robson, and Only When I Laugh, don't know that one. Monday, Alphabet Zoo cartoon, The New Fantastic Four, Dramarama, and Coronation Street. Not really a kid's show, but Tuesday, Cockleshell Bay cartoon, Razzmatazz, CBTV, and Knight Rider. Rod, Jane, and Freddie, that's all more or less the same. And yeah, all pretty much, ITV was all pretty much the same with a few sort of regional variations. But yeah, great watching there. There's a few other channels. Oh, Channel 4, ticket. We had Milestones of the Movies, On Your Bike, Brookside. Now, was that based in Liverpool?
Yeah.
And Square Pegs. Sunday, we had Old Country, Brazilian Soccer. Why would they say soccer in the UK? That's strange. Music in Time, Tell the Truth. Yeah. Monday, A Kind of Living, Loose Talk, and Volleyball. Wow. Didn't Channel 4 do Countdown? Oh, there we go, Countdown.
Yeah.
The Dick Van Dyke Show and Brookside. Wednesday, everybody here, Countdown Again. The Munsters. Oh, fantastic. And Brookside. Yeah. Thursday was, I can't read that. Car 54, Where Are You? Okay, probably a police show, perhaps. Countdown Again. The Good Food Show and Get Smart. And on Friday, we had Countdown Again. And the Switch, yeah, I always watched Countdown, loved that. Can I have a P, please, Bob? Which is quite typical. Now,
Yeah.
here we go. We've got some blurb on Return of the Jedi, which I will enlarge. So if you want to rewatch this, feel free to pause and read it. I'm not going to read this all for you now. So pause and read this. I will bring up the rest, which you can feel free to pause and read at your leisure. But it's an interview with Anthony Daniels. We've got Squidhead. Wow, is that a Greedo in the background there? Tony Daniels interview. We have a continuation. We've got a Peter Mayhew interview. I guess that's more of C-3PO. So it says, what does C-3PO stand for? It's Class 3 Protocol Operative. There we go. First time I've ever heard that. Peter Mayhew interview, but I had this on my wall. Oh, I had that poster on my wall as a kid.
Nice.
Beautiful poster. However, does Salacious Crumb deserve a position on a Return of the Jedi poster? I don't think so. There's no Lando
Calrissian. To Salacious. I quite like him, but I see what you mean. Yeah,
wasn't because bearing in mind this issue is from June and the movie came out in May, so it's not as if they were doing any spoilers at this point. So they could have put Jabba the Hutt there. They could have put Boba Fett for all that matter, but we got Salacious Crumb, Admiral Akbar, which is rather odd, and no Emperor for that matter. But anyway, a rather nice poster that I did enjoy having on my wall. Starfleet, the comic. Now, someone mentioned Starfleet recently, and I associate Starfleet with Star Trek, but this was a cartoon comic in its own right that I don't remember at all. This is Dee Hepburn's transfer from who the hell is Dee Hepburn? Gregory's girl, Claire Grogan. Wow. Hang on. Successfully played football in the film. So she played football. She must have been like a professional sports player, I guess. So now she plays volleyball, possibly. There we go. From football to volleyball. How exciting. But here we've got some new model kits from Humbrol with Marlboro on the side of a kid's toy. Awesome. I'm just racing through this because I know that we are up against the clock. Danger Mouse strip. Again, let me just bring up, go ahead and pause and read at your leisure. Bit of a snow scene there. Last few cells. There we go. I'm assuming it's going to be a 2-pager. It is. So there we go. Hit the pause and read the cells. I did enjoy the cartoon, but given that DM shared my initials, I was always referred to as DM. Yes.
Me too. Yeah.
Airfix.
We are both DM.
Yeah, DM. Oh, Danger Mouse. Yeah, very original. I guess generic spaceships from Airfix. Pretty nice, though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Airfix builds excitement. Yes, it does. We got rescued from Blackbeard's coffin. That's probably like a story that no kid ever bothered reading because they wanted to just look at pictures of Luke Skywalker. Bucks Fizz cartoon strip. Good Lord. Desperate times.
Yeah.
2 pages as well. Wow. Look around. We got, I guess. Oh my God. Now then. That's not really cool. Oh dear. Surrounded by victims. That's not very nice. We'll move on from that. Competition winners. Heck, it's okay stuff. Next week we've got Kajagoogoo color center spread, more Star Wars, 5 big prizes from Parker Games, and a Duran Duran collected page is John Taylor. Now, as we get to the end here, we will see on the last page. I actually had this in my possession, but this was prior to me discovering Duran Duran, so I would have kept the Star Wars poster and tossed the comic, and then probably 6 months later, would have loved to have had this page with information on Andy Taylor from Duran Duran. But that was a look at Look-In from all those years ago. Now, we're way, way behind in the chat, but good Lord, we are far, far behind. I do need to quickly use the facilities. It was okay with you, Dave. If I make a quick break, can you entertain the good folks watching this?
I can try and catch up with some of the chat if you want. I'm not sure where we got to.
Okay, I'm going to be right back. I do promise.
Okie dokie. So, bear with me, guys. See if I can find where we are. Damien's saying, Rachel, do you know of any groups for nerds like us who meet up regularly? Used to be part of the 501st Irish Garrison. But left because of all the man-child bickering. Yeah, okay. And Damien saying that Rod, Jane, and Freddie were on drugs. Yes, that's most likely. Yeah. Reading movies, saying that number 73 was weird, up there with the nonsense that was Rent-A-Ghost. I remember Saturday Swap Shop with a very young Noel Edmonds. Yeah, I can remember that. Yeah, good old Noel Edmonds. It's weird to think that that man is allowed to fly a helicopter. Rachel's saying, this is Rachel's cousin, I think, saying his school called him to, or her to, the counsellor because they got reports they still collect. They're keeping me after school for 2 hours until I get out of them, but I'm not going to. No, too right. It's up to you. You keep going. You keep going, our old son. There's a classic here from Ward Rutherford there. What's ET short for? Because he has wee legs. Yeah, okay. Reading movies, a surprise there wasn't an Ewok on the poster. Yeah, that's true. And Dean's got to hand his Scots card in now because he doesn't know who Dee Hepburn was. Okay, well, I don't know, but then I'm not Scottish, so. And again, Ward is saying Ewoks had to have bodyguards when filming Return of the Jedi in case someone thought they were Peter Mayhew's kids. Yeah, okay.
So, how far did you get there?
We are. I have just got up to, but not including Juan's comment to Rachel Doyle saying about the Red Letter Media video.
Is that Palisades made? Hang on.
I might have missed a couple.
Do you mean the figures that we opened? Let me just check a box quickly.
Yeah, I think my chat is leaping about a bit, so I think I might have missed some.
I do have glasses. I may need to put these on. I hate the fact that I'm so old that my eyes are failing me, but
yeah, I think my chat jumped. I did try to cover some of it, Dean, but
it's okay. I mean,
scrolling back now, I must have missed a big chunk that just jumped past.
No,
I can see loads more that I didn't get to now.
But Thomas, this says brand Pop Mart, and everything else is all in Japanese. I'm not seeing anything about Palisades. In fact, it says manufacture Beijing. So I guess the factory's in China, but the company is very much Japanese. So I'm not sure what. Yeah, I mean, this is entirely. This is all Japanese. I'm not sure what this Palisades is that you refer to, but yeah, collect whatever makes you happy. Yes, there'll be a mention of Annie the musical, and thankfully there wasn't, because oh my, I hated Annie. Looks good,
Uh-huh.
man. The 80s must have been back. Yeah, looks outstanding. Oh, thank you. Had that edition 83 Christmas TV time. Yes, that is fantastic that you got that. I am. I think I may have found a couple of online scans of TV times that we can look at Christmas. Hopefully, the 80s must have been. Oh, absolutely, they were.
Yeah.
Lucan reminds me of America's Bananas or Dynamite. This was, yeah. I mean, Lucan was a magazine primarily to promote the TV shows that kids would want to watch, with a bit of pop music and toys and things. It was a really good magazine. But ironically, I didn't buy every Lucan. I would only buy a Lucan if I liked what I saw on the cover. Whereas Dandy and Beano comics I would get every week from my grandparents.
Did you get the actual comics, the ones that were like a newspaper, or did you get? Because I used to get the small ones, the comic libraries. Do you know which ones I mean?
Yep. No, I got the weekly newsprint comics. My grandma on my dad's side brought me the Dandy, and the grandma on my mom's side brought me the Beano every week. But with regards to Lucan, I would only buy it if I liked what I saw on the cover. And as I explained there, I bought it because it was Star Wars Return of the Jedi, took out the poster, put it on my wall, tossed the comic, which had the Duran Duran page on the back.
Yeah.
And then the following spring, I got into Duran Duran and would have loved to have kept that comic.
Yeah.
But it was long gone. I saw Return of the Jedi cinema with my mother. They showed a trailer for Krull, which looked amazing to a 5-year-old me. Yeah, I saw Jedi in the theater for a friend of mine's birthday party before I saw Empire Strikes Back. So, like, why was Han Solo frozen?
Yeah, I went with my mum to see that.
Yeah, Eric Morecambe's story is the coolest story there. Probably, yeah. Rachel told me the fact that when filming Endor, Peter Mayhew needed guards so he wasn't mistaken for Bigfoot. Yeah, he was a rather large gentleman.
He was a length, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing Boy George doll, just like Michael Jackson doll, by LGN, but was really limited and hard to find. I think I remember that, actually. In fact, thinking back, those were probably the only music-related figures that were available back then. Whereas nowadays, you've got all manner of Iron Maiden and Motorhead and Ghost action figures. It's a great time to be a music action figure fan. But back then, when I would really have enjoyed some Duran Duran Wild Boys figures, they just never existed. In costume, yes. Rachel just got a threat saying her giving me figures makes her... Oh, come on.
That's crazy.
This is getting out of hand.
It goes from bad to worse, doesn't it?
It does. Boy George was an honorary member of... Yes, he was in the A-Team. That's right. Yep. Do you know that, Dave? Yes. Boy George was in an episode of the A-Team.
Oh, my goodness. That must have been in one of the later seasons, I think.
That was the ultimate crossover, A-Team and Culture Club. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I replaced the horrible pictures of Sigs with those of Clint Eastwood, the Fonz, or Don Johnson. Hey, Fa. Barry Sheen, yes, there we go. I knew we were, because he was on all the chat shows all the time back then. I was told by my friends I'm not cool for collecting and I should be out in the alleys with them smoking, but collecting makes me happy. Listen, don't listen to those clowns who are in the alleys smoking. If you enjoy playing with action figures, that's all that matters. I succumbed to peer pressure when I was in high school in first year and stopped collecting masks because I wanted to be cool. I wished I just said screw that and kept collecting masks, because I would have had a lot more figures to enjoy and toys. I had Barry Sheen pencil case. even though I had no interest in the guy. I still have it. Awesome biker. Which is tough thing to be told, age 47. Yeah. Gelfinkira. I don't know what that means.
That was that character in the
Crystal.
magazine.
Okay, there we go. That was the contest to win the video game.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Hi to Biker. Hi back again. Greetings. Yes. Oh, hi, Juan. It was good to see you last week. Loved the Lego. Being a 14-year-old, I don't like video games. Would rather be playing on the floor. Awesome. That's all you need. Me too. I had my Astro Wars game, and I had the Demon Driver game, and a few. I had one Game and Watch and a few knockoffs. But aside from that, I never had a console. I was just playing with figures and Action Man and all sorts. So yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. What's Smurfing? Oh, there we go. Rango and Squealers. Fascinating. Hated number 73 and cannot stand Sandy Toksvig. 73, was that Neil Buchanan? And the other guy with the mullet hairstyle. And there was one lady that was slightly overweight and another sort of red-haired girl with I guess another mullet hairstyle. I think
I'm guessing the slightly overweight one must have been Sandy Toksvig. I would have thought.
So that's okay.
I don't mind Sandy Toksvig. I think she's all right.
I think she's doing good.
She now presents QI. She took over from Stephen Fry presenting QI.
Oh, okay. Does she have like slightly squinty eyes?
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
I think that's who I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
It was like being stuck around at a weird family house with frantic mum. Saturday Superstore was Mel's. Yeah. But what about Tiz Wars? I think Tiz Wars was the ultimate kids show with custard pies. And I forget that Maggie Philbin was the presenter, I think.
Philbin. Yeah, she was good. She also did what else did she do? She was in something else as well. Or did she do Blue Peter at one point? I can't remember.
No, I think Maggie Philbin. Now she had dark hair, right?
Yeah, curly dark hair.
But didn't they have wasn't it like some sort of phantom custard pie thrower, with a black costume? They would put a custard pie.
Yeah, I know he was. I remember seeing the artwork on some comics and stuff for Tiz Wars, and they had the guy with the hat with the custard pies. But I only caught the tail end of it on TV. Right. I was a little bit too young.
Yeah. I do remember seeing. I think Duran Duran performed on Tiz Wars one time. Rachel, do you know how many groups for nerds like us who meet up regularly used to be part of the 501 Irish Garrison but left because of all the man-child bickering? Yeah.
This is where I got back to when I scrolled back. This is what I got up to.
Okay, so this is all fresh. The STV wins the logo wars on the schedule. Yeah, the STV logo was cool. Now, I need to do more diving to get more idents from the 80s. So I did a quick video on Sunday, I believe, of a few classic idents like Thames Television, LWT, Anglia. Yeah. Those, to me, seeing those brought back a lot more nostalgia than the actual shows themselves. I just love redoing that. Rod, Jane, and Freddie were on drugs. Well, I guess they had to be over the top characters.
Yeah.
73 was weird up there with the nonsense. That was Rent a Ghost. Yes. Remember Saturday Swap Shop with a very young element. Yes. So we had Swap Shop and then Superstore. And then did they go to Going Live with Phil Schofield after that, possibly? I don't know.
I think they
Maybe
went from Saturday swap shop to it might have been going live after that
no,
actually. It might
no,
have been.
but no. There was Saturday Superstore, which was, I think was
Swap
after
shop.
Swap Shop.
Yeah. Yeah, because it had that fella with
Checking was
the thick bins and the long black hair. I can't remember his name now.
oh,
Um, his name
hmm,
escapes me now. He
hang
used to be
on.
he used to be a radio presenter as well.
Oh, not and not Mike Reed.
Yeah, Mike Reed.
Mike Reed. Yeah,
Yes, Mike Reed. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My school called me to the counsellor because they got reports I still collect. They're keeping me after school for 2 hours until I get out of them, but I'm not. Hang on, is this becoming parody now? Because I can't imagine why a school would keep someone back because you're collecting figures. Hang on, has this been one big elaborate piss take? I don't know.
Pass.
I'm keeping my eye on this. Uh, Class 3 protocol operative, nice. Yeah, news to me as well. C3PO, yeah. I mean, we all knew it was a protocol droid, but I didn't know it was class 3 protocol operative. There we
Yeah,
go.
I didn't know that.
Every day's a school day. What's ET short for? No, because he has wee legs. I'm surprised an Ewok is not on the poster. Yeah, it's a great. Although, like I said, this was a month after release, so they may still have been in spoiler territory. I don't know. Is that possible back then? I mean, 'cause there was no internet, so
Yeah,
it's possible it could have been spoiler territory.
yeah.
Dean, hand your Scotsman card in now. Who's D. Hepburn? I don't know. D. The name does not ring any bells.
I think the next comment, or there's a
Ewok
couple more. It
had to
tells you
have
who that was.
bodyguards when filming Return of the Jedi in case someone thought they were Peter Mayhew's kids. And Juan says, Richard, which videos? There are tons of them. Also, the guy from Red Letter Media put all his 4-inch Kenners in the acid tank. Yes, I don't think they were fake. I think he did burn or melt real Star Wars figures. As a 14-year-old boy, do you guys think I should start a vintage collector club at school? I'm getting concerned now about this.
Let's move on past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an Irish school. Which county? Yeah. Limerick. Danger Mouse was boys. Voice. Yeah. Jason Trotter. Yeah. Del Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. What's it like there? Okay, you get the kid. Nah, this is not. This is sad actually because. Anyway, Justin, what's happening? Badger wagglers.
Hello, Soda. How you doing, dude?
Awesome. Ben saying hi to Juan and Soda. Hey, Ben. Yes, Del Boy. Yep. Anyone remember Mighty Mouse? Yep. That was like vintage. That was like what 50s or something. Or
Yeah, it was pretty old. Yeah.
I remember seeing that on Glenn Michaels' Cartoon Cavalcade, and then I remember one time specifically, Glenn Michaels saying, "After the break, we have a new cartoon, and it's going to be Atom Ant." And I heard it as being Adamant, of who I was a very big fan of at the time, thanks to Prince Charming. I'm like, yeah, Adamant cartoon. And then this cartoon came on with this like powerful, strong ant. I'm like, what the hell's this? Atom Ant, not Adam Ant.
Yeah.
Palisades was an American toy company that did Muppets and other toy lines before they went bankrupt. No, these are brand new. These are from like these Pink Panthers are a year at most old. This is like a brand new venture from Pop Mart, a Japanese company. where in Dublin have an infestation of junkies? If you're ever in Dublin, stay away from the boardwalk. I think they have junkies everywhere these days. Sorry to confuse you, Dean. Palisades was, I think, an American toy company made Pink Panther regular and wearing a tux, the Inspector, the Ant, and the Aardvark, and the Man. Really nice figures. Oh, so these are older figures. Okay, yeah, I'd love to see like an Inspector Clouseau figure to go with these. I mean, even though these were all very sort of lovey-dovey type figures, very much aimed at, oh, I was going to say Asian ladies. I should ladies in general, but Mrs. 88 very much got on board with this, and she wants to find more from Pop Mart, and they do a Harry Potter line, they do a Garfield line, and some others. But when we go to Thailand, she will source out things that she likes, and we can maybe do more videos together, hopefully. Blake says, Kit and Michael Knight also crossed over into different strokes when Arnold went to Hollywood. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah. I watched Empire and Jedi back in Tamworth in '83 when Jedi was released. Not sure if it was like that anywhere else. Well, no, I mean, sadly, I saw Star Wars, then I saw Jedi, and then I saw Empire many years later because it just wasn't like it is today. There wasn't the same access to videos. Matchbox released a series of ABBA dolls in the late 70s. Wow, did not know that. Funny thing about Barry Sheen, regardless of which motorcycle company he rode and raced for, he always had number 7. Yes, I actually remember that. Oh. Is it okay, Damien? Is it possible that I had a model of Barry Sheen on a bike? Because I feel like I did. Now, did he have an earring as well? That kind of sticks in my mind for some reason. I don't know why. The Phantom Fan Flinger. That was the one from Tiswas. Yes, the Phantom Fan Flinger. That's almost a Monkey Boy intro. What's up, Flan Flingers? Okay.
Phantom Fan Flinger. I wonder if that's where the two Ronnies got the inspiration for the Phantom Raspberry Blower.
No, they were well in advance of that, I think.
Were they?
Wasn't it like late 70s, early 80s for that?
I'm not. I don't remember. I remember the Phantom Raspberry Blower of Old London Town. I remember.
Yeah. What were they had a few of those like series that went on for like a whole series of the show. They would have a small interlude. They had one. So when we were back in Scotland 3 years ago, I would watch a channel called Yesterday. And they would show old Fawlty Towers and old Two Ronnies. And they would have a Two Ronnies show. And at the time, it was, they played like these bumbling detectives.
Yeah.
At an old, like, stately home. They would go to investigate the murder.
Okay.
Does this ring any bells? Or
vaguely, but I can't place it.
And of course, they played all the characters.
All the characters, yeah.
Yeah, I'll research that and get back to you. What about Wurzel Gummidge? I hated Wurzel Gummidge.
Yeah, it was creepy. I used to watch it.
Creepy, not funny. What's this? I saw something about Chris Tarrant, did I? Tiswas had Chris Tarrant, yes. And the Phantom Fan Flinger. The woman was Sally James. Did I say that earlier or not? Or did I get the name wrong?
I don't think you said Sally James.
What did I say for the dark-haired girl?
Maggie Philbin, didn't you?
Maggie Philbin. Hang on, Maggie Philbin.
Was that a different thing?
Was she Tomorrow's World?
Yes, she was, yeah.
Okay, question for the audience. Did Maggie Philbin and Sally James look alike? That's my only get out of this. Yeah, Sally James, you're absolutely right. There's a whole episode of Tiswas online. Excellent. I'm going to find that later. Sorry if I'm returning to what's already been talked about, but what about Why Don't You? Yes, I discussed it a few weeks back. It was a bizarre show where I loved it and hated it. I hated the fact I was having kids preach to me what I should be doing. And I think I did a follow-up on the video where the kids were making these cheese snacks, which was
Yeah.
essentially a ham and cheese sandwich,
Yeah.
which looked crap anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Help with my OCD, folks. Put me on edge when the views don't match the likes. So where are we? I'm seeing 46 watching and 30. That's not bad, actually. Tis was with custard pies and Chris Tarrant. I only know Mpgi from either Tomorrow's World or Noel Edmonds Swap Shop. Thank you. Yep, Damien, I was all mixed up with my dark-haired broads from the 80s. They all look the same. I wasn't allowed to join the Fiver First because I wouldn't modify. Yeah, I think this whole garage Fiver First is as extreme as these anti-repro folks with all their like stupid rules and regulations. Lenny Henry was on Tis Was. I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Damien, have you read behind the scenes Rainbow Gossip? Rod, Jane, and Freddie were on each other. Okay. Who here has seen the special Christmas tape they made for the staff of the TV company where it's all like full of innuendo and they're playing the wanger and bouncing the balls? Have you seen that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
In fact, there's also a Bullseye Christmas staff video you have to watch as well. Fantastic.
Is that the one where Bob Holness, not Bob Holness, where what was the chap's name?
Jim Bowen.
Bullseye? Jim Bowen. Yeah, was that the one where he came down in all the S&M gear?
Yes. Yep.
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, that would not surprise me one bit. I think a bullshitter rather than a piss taker. Read the detention punished action. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, bullshitter, piss taker. Yeah, which if that's the case, it's turned rather sad because I kind of like the fact there was a female who watched this channel, but if it's turned this way, that's not quite so good. And my partner asked me if I'd seen the dog bowl.
Oh, soda.
I said I didn't know he could do that. Okay. I wasn't allowed to join the Fiver First after I bitched too much about them and how they judged the costumes. I had a Jedi one created, and they said it wasn't real when it was by Disney. Yeah. You know what? Again, this is the case of these, what do you call the word, gatekeepers, thinking that their view counts for everything. You know, screw them. Dee Hepburn was in Gregory. Yeah, she was in. Okay, I got that from the blurb on the look-in, but I don't remember Dee Hepburn. I don't remember. Hi Ben. Yeah, I was trying to think about Rachel Doyle. Isn't who we were led to believe. It's just not adding up now. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Inch High Private Eye was another weird Hanna-Barbera cartoon around the same time as Hong Kong Food. You know what? That rings a bell. And the funny thing was, so after Mrs. 88 revealed her love of Pink Panther, I said, okay, what else do you remember from a kid? So I began showing her cartoons. So she definitely remembers Hong Kong Phooey. And I tried Captain Caveman, didn't ring any bells. Scooby-Doo, she remembered, but she said that was definitely dubbed in Thai. I don't know. Once we go there, I'm going to try and do some more research. Oh, also as well, Ben, just so you know, so yesterday we went to Staten Island via taxi to go to the mall there because Mrs. 88 had to buy a ton of stuff for her family. And that was my first ever time going to a mall since starting All Things 80s. So I was like, wow. There were a ton of shops that sold toys and action figures, but I'm going to tell you right now, 95% of it is Funko Pops and 5% are carded action figures. And I found the Kenobi retro collection figures that I've got pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store. Picked one up, Darth Vader. Oh, very nice. Flipped it over. The price was, I think it was $19. With sales tax, we're talking like $20.60 for a retro figure. I'm like, no wonder these lines keep dying because who's going to pay that in store for these figures? And I
Yeah.
thought, you know what? Rather than me buy myself a stupid goddamn toy, let me buy my nephew in Thailand a nice Star Wars shirt. So I found a nice Star Wars shirt for my nephew. And it said on the label, glows in the dark. I'm like, let me see this. So when we got home, I took a flashlight and shined it all over the t-shirt and then turned the lights out. And lo and behold, the t-shirt glows in the dark.
Wow. That's
So,
brilliant.
so hopefully we're going to have a 3-year-old Thai kid representing Star Wars. And when we go there, I'm of course going to try and buy him toys that I remember the franchises of. So Transformers, Star Wars, I guess Masters of the Universe. I'll buy him those toys. But yeah, I figured I'm not going to waste money on overpriced toys for myself when I can buy a kid something who can hopefully learn to carry the torch, so to speak. Damien have the same concerns, or for some time. Yeah, you know what? If this is the case, I'm quite sad
Yeah,
because
that's a
for the
shame.
longest time she has. I tell you what, if she is okay, I'm hoping she's not, but if she is a troll, she has done a damn good job because she
She
really
was
did.
playing the long game.
Yeah. I wish I can show you the Pink Panther figures here. I'll go to your Facebook page and post them. Okay, awesome, Thomas. Thank you. Blake, yeah, Rachel Doll has been sharing all stories of her being a victim and poor me since she started. I think, to be honest, I think only today was the first poor me stories. And you know what? The more thinking back to today's stream, all these tales about people reporting me and things, this is probably the person who did the reporting. And they've kind of revealed themselves, which is kind of sad. Let's see how it goes.
That warrants keeping tabs on, I think.
Yeah. I saw Star Wars on TV, Empire on Pirate VHS. Dad's friend got hold of a knockoff VHS. He also looked like Sly Rax from Mask. Wow. So he was a cool dude, like what? Goatee beard, dark shades, spiky dark hair. Sounds like a cool dude. And so Return of the Jedi, all in the same year. Wow, awesome. Jason was thinking the same. There we go. The 47-year-old Irish fella pretending to be Rachel buggered off pretty quickly once from. Yeah, that's very sad, actually. I think if you're going to troll someone, don't pretend to be a female in what's primarily a male's world, because it makes it a bit too obvious when things get
I'd just like to say that reading movies called that a long time ago.
Here in Dublin, I saw Star Wars and Empire together on the big screen in 1980, and then saw all three on the big screen in 83. Wow. Those Pink Panther are art toys from Pop Mart. Okay. There is an industry in Japan for what they call VAG, or VAG. VAG? No, not VAG. Vintage Artist Gacha. Gacha are machines where you can buy random small franchise toys or art toys. Oh, thanks, Juan. So yeah, they are indeed Pop Mart. So it's an industry in Japan. Vinyl, yeah. They are vinyl. They're not action figures. They're just like statues, I guess. But yeah, very much not something that I would ever collect. But I guess Mrs. 88 loves it, and if she loves it, I love it. I smelled BS right away. That's the thing, I didn't, and I got suckered into this. Okay, Rachel, please reveal yourself. You know, Maggie Philbin was on Swap Shop. Yep, there we go. I was very much confused, but I was in the right ballpark. Pop into the Pop Mart store or shop to the US and the UK up in London and saw the Harry Potter line. And awesome. Hang on, they have a Pop Mart store in the UK. Interesting. That was... Hang on. Whoa. Okay. Mike Smith married Sarah Green. Is that right?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Sarah Green was Blue Peter. Mike Smith was Radio One. Is that right? And they got married, but
Yeah.
did he die in a helicopter crash, or did they both survive that or something?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Comments, please. So Maggie Philbin married Cheggers. Is that right?
Ah.
This is all very intriguing now.
Oh.
Juan says some art toys can be by they have blind. Okay, so the Japanese store here in Brooklyn had blind box or a sealed box, but to get that one Chase figure, you have to keep buying blind boxes or pay $50 on eBay for one figure. So the whole blind box thing stinks. I hate it.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yes, Maggie Philbin looked like Sally James. You'd marry the doe-eyed and the pretty Philbin, but have the wild and S&M affair with Sally. Yeah, Sally James was crazy, and Maggie Philbin was all science, I guess, for Tomorrow's World. Makes complete sense. Barry Sheen did indeed have an earring. Thank you, Damien. When he raced with Suzuki. Okay, yeah. He was a hero of mine as a kid, Barry Sheen, believe it or not. Although my mom said, you will never have a motorcycle as long as I'm your mother. And I never did. Justin, Damien, did a certain junk man move onto impersonating teenage boys? You know what? I don't think it's him because, to be honest, all that stuff that went down, he is the least of my worries right now. And the sad part is I've probably got more in common with him than with other people, but that's a whole other story. Anyone seen the 80s TV series called, of course, Hello, of course.
Yeah.
It is I, Eclair. It was a humoristic series about French bar. It was the Resistance. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic show, and one that even as a young boy, I could appreciate those ladies in lingerie, and it did make something sort of twing, even as you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it, but something about it just kind of made me excited. But yeah.
Groinal stirrings.
Yeah, or stirrings is a very good way of putting it, yes. Yeah. This whole thing is quite sad now with regards to Rachel. But then again, I should have known by now that females are not really, for the most part, involved in this whole scene. Remember when Swap Shop and Tiswas had rival singles? Swap Shop had Brown Sauce with I Want to Be a Winner, and Tiswas had the Bucket of Water song. Oh, you know what? I'm not really registering this, but I will definitely investigate. In fact, let me do my typical note-taking here. That does sound like something that would have happened back then. Brown Sauce with I Want to Be a Winner. Box of Delights was a great series. Yep, aired 84. Finale was I love Box of Delights. Actually,
that was quite creepy, wasn't it?
It was creepy, but I remember one scene where it was Christmas Day, and the kid with the slightly buck teeth woke up, put on his dressing gown, went into his Christmas stocking. He said, "Oh, Father Christmas has been," and it really hit home with me. Like, wow, kids back in that time literally got a nut and a wooden toy for Christmas, and that's all they had. I thought, wow, we're quite lucky to be kids who get wrapped Transformers and things.
Yeah.
The two Ronnies, the Texas were, yes, Charlie Farley and Piggy Malone. That's what I was talking about.
The one,
yep. There we go. Maggie Philbin was actually married to Keith Chegwin at one point. So there we okay. Cheggers and Maggie Philbin. Box of Delights, brilliant story. I might try and watch it again. I made the mistake of watching The Snowman from Raymond Briggs not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. And I went into it thinking, I remember being sad watching this, but how sad can it really be? So I put it on, and by the end, I'm like, oh my, stop, make it stop, make it stop. It was like
Oh
so,
no.
so upsetting. And I actually do remember clear as day watching it with my mum and dad. Now, if it was 80, hang on, what year was The Snowman? Let me know, because I think my grandfather died in 83. So Christmas 83 could have been that one, or Christmas 84 when he wasn't with us. But it was my mum, my dad, and my grandma. And I remember being of an age where I was aware that boys shouldn't be seen crying. So I'm trying to hold it back, and I'm trying my damnedest to hold it back, holding it back, and then boom, out it goes. And it's like that ugly crying.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I've still got the bucket of water song. Wow, bucket of water.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Doesn't ring any bells, to be honest. Dean, be like Batfink. Your bullets cannot harm me. My wings are like a shield of steel. Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah,
Batfink.
Batfink was great.
I bought a Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader, and Luke 5-inch figures at Five Below for $5 each. No regrets. Wow, I've never seen a Five Below. That's a great price, though.
Hmm.
I did message Monkey Boy about concerns. Okay,
Yes, you did. Yeah.
that's very sad, actually. The other day, Rachel Doyle wanted to have me banned from this awesome chat because I said something about the Queen. She did not want to hear. I found that sad. Wow. Well, if she appears again, we'll need to do some real deep interrogation to get to the bottom of this. And if it's as we suspect, she will be banned from this. My supersonic sonar radio. Yeah, I remember all of that. Yes, just off Soho, about 5 minutes walk to Leicester Square. Nice, Jason. Mike Smith was a helicopter crash. Oh, so he did survive. Okay.
Right.
I think the fact that the moment Dean questioned Rachel Doyle, she left the chat tells you all you want to know about her. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit sad. And the worst part was...
That is a bit of a shame.
Because you know what? When I was taking my last piss, I'm thinking, you know what? How can I find a way of buying a batch of Star Wars figures to send to her cousin? So
it's a good job we didn't pursue that anymore, then, isn't it?
Well, precisely, because that.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. See what happens. I mean, he seems to have gone for this stream, so we'll have to see. I mean, that was the long game, wasn't it? I mean, because she's been about for several weeks now.
In fact, no, going back, because I was doing the streams. No, I had a bad period from January until May. I made a very unfortunate comeback and then disappeared, and then came back sometime in June for a few weeks, disappeared again, and came back maybe 4 weeks ago. But I remember her from prior to, or going back to June possibly. So
yeah, but going back that far, there was never any issues then. She was always he was always fairly pleasant and fine. So that's
very unfortunate.
That is a shame. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike Smith wasn't okay. So he's there, but now was Sarah Green in the same crash, and did she get a scar on her face? That kind of rings a bell. I don't know. Massive Barry Sheen poster. I think I did as well. Like him on the bike going around a corner at one point. Hang on, there was Barry Sheen was the motorcycle hero. Who was the Formula One hero back then? From England.
Nigel Mansell.
Nah, before him.
Before him,
he was more 90s, I think. There was someone in the 80s. There was Barry Sheen and someone else, I think, or I could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong, of course. He died after watching the uncut version of Ghostwatch. Scared.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Ghostwatch. Oh my god. Yeah, I remember that. Ghostwatch was awesome. Yeah, it scared me as well.
yeah,
Loved
I
it.
remember watching that. I was absolutely cacking my pants when that thing started screeching.
Yeah,
They had some sort of they had a voice recorder thing, and they played it back, and there was like
yeah,
some screeching or
yeah.
something on it. That was
Yes.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that was quite good.
this is another hello thing. Good morning.
Yeah,
Ah, Rich, good to see you, man. Same here with Ghostwatch. Oh, Tree Theodore. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Always awesome content on your. Oh, thank you so much. Really do appreciate that, Tree.
thanks,
Fantastic.
Tree. Thank you.
I'm going to be honest. I really did not enjoy Charlie Brown as a child.
No,
It did nothing for me.
no, I liked Snoopy, but that was it. I thought all
Yeah,
the others were a pain in the tits.
didn't enjoy it. Guys, have to shoot out. Great stream as always, Dean. Good to see Monkey Boy. Hang out. Oh, thank you, Ben. Good to
Thanks,
see you
Ben.
here. Do you know of King Kenny Roberts or Bob the Hurricane Hanna? Sounds like wrestlers, but I don't, to be honest.
Hmm.
No. Children of Green Now or Green No was another Christmas series, November 88. Ah, but 88, I was well into high school. So I was probably thinking I was too cool for that kind of thing. Don't Children of Green No.
Don't
Oh, it
know.
rings a bell, but not enough. You mentioned Briggs. Johnny Briggs, of course. The
Oh yeah,
dad was, yes, the dad was an imperial officer, just like Mr. Bronson from Grange Hill. And I
yeah.
believe the head mistress actress died yesterday or today from Grange Hill,
Oh
Mrs.
really?
McCluskey,
Oh no.
who, from memory, was she also a police officer on ITV?
Ooh.
Juliet, was it Juliet Bravo? Was that her?
Juliet Bravo.
I don't know.
I don't think she was Juliet Bravo. No, she might have been on that. I don't.
All I know is I saw a posting to say that Mrs. McCluskey had died,
Oh,
and yeah, very sad actually because I do remember her. But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, Johnny Briggs' dad was the imperial officer, and Bronson was also. Yeah, nice one, Tree Theodore. Yeah, absolutely, Ben. Johnny Briggs was great. We always hoped that the dad would Darth Vader the crap out of him. Yeah. Um, how can I send you pics, Dean? I want to send you pics of the Star Wars chip squad. Damien, I think you've contacted me before on either the Facebook page or you can go to the Twitter page. Same All Things 80s, same logo. If not, I'll contact you after this because I do have a contact for you, I believe. We lost another queen recently. The Queen. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we are.
Gwyneth Powell. So I'm guessing she must have been Welsh then. Yeah, there we go. James Hunt. James Hunt became a rather unfortunate pseudonym for something else. Was I think it was James Hunt I'm thinking of. Yeah, the F1 hero. Yeah, Sarah Green was in the crash too, right? Thought so. And
Oh,
she got a scar, I believe. Sarah Green was in the helicopter crash. Nigel,
oh,
yeah, 80s, but more, I think more late 80s, I think. But I think Barry Hearn, was it Barry Hearn that was said earlier?
don't know.
God damn it, I've lost my place. Excuse me. Heard about Mrs. McCluskey. She was headmistress we all wanted instead of the psycho we had. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was a pretty decent headmistress. Gwyneth Powell passed away, 76. Okay. Agree about Charlie Brown. Always found it a bit depressing. Yeah, it wasn't something that I enjoyed as a kid. I watched the Ghostwatch episode, almost shit myself. I believed it was yeah. I still remember the one that Paul Daniels did where it was a game of dead man hand on the cards. And he said, before we start this, get close to the TV and turn the volume up. So I, of course, did all of this. And he dealt the dead man's hand. And then there was this gunshot on full blast with my ear next to the speaker. My God, very nearly shit myself. And didn't he do the Iron Maiden stunt where he thought he had died? He put himself into the Iron Maiden and had a minute to escape. And this was on live British BBC One TV. And you could see him like fidgeting away. And suddenly the cage swung shut with the spikes.
Yeah.
The broadcast stopped short. And then they had the news. And then it came back on again saying, just so you know, I didn't die type thing. You mother... Yeah, we all thought he had killed himself live on TV. Oh my God, Ghost Watch. That was a long time ago. I knew I have to search that video on the end. Yeah, absolutely.
You can buy it. You can buy it on DVD.
Yeah. The little fly-blown, shit-covered pal of Charlie Brown was a sorry sight. And they fucking called him Pigpen. Hi all, dropping in late. Champions League match. Yeah, Jeff, that's why my streams are all over the place, because for as long as the Scottish teams remain in Europe, I'll watch the games supporting the other sites. And today, because of the Queen, the Rangers game was moved to tomorrow. So today was a free day. So that's why we're on today. But once these Scottish teams get knocked out and I stop getting to enjoy them getting beaten, we'll go back to our schedule as always. Got a cut, Dean, Monkey Boy. Great stream, Monkey Boy. Check that video. Awesome. Thank you, Yesterland. Mark.
Thanks, man.
Children of Green No was for older kids. Okay. But then again, but in 88, I would have been, 14. So maybe I could have seen that. Bronson was Hitler in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
I've got to be honest, I'm not a big Indiana Jones guy. Sorry. I remember a program on Saturdays called Sapphire and Steel with David McCallum, mix of sci-fi and paranormal stories. Oh, I don't remember that.
All right.
Roberts and Hannah raced for Yamaha. Roberts was road racing and Hannah was motocross, supercross, and in their day were unbeatable. Okay. Michael Sherd was Mr. Bronson, and he was from Glasgow. Really? I didn't know he was Scottish.
Wow.
I thought he was very English and dapper.
Yeah.
Come on. Cheers, Dean, for the contact. Okay, no problem, Damien. Biker. Michael Sherd from Aberdeen. Wow. Did he sound Scottish on Grange Hill? I don't think so. I don't think he did.
Not overly, but he did have an accent, but not a. I wouldn't have said he was Scottish, but obviously, there you go.
Yeah, Eds agrees. Yes, millions of kids wept inconsolably Halloween night '87 as they realized Paul Daniels survived. Michael Admiral Ozzel, who came out of Lightspeed too early. Fun fact: Ozzel's first name is Kendall. No way. Always thought Mr. Bronson was quintessentially English. Me too. We'll definitely look forward to seeing him in the Glasgow Brogue. Yeah, I had no idea. Doric Brogue sort of. I had no idea that Bronson was from Scotland.
Wow.
I got another one here. Missed the Aberdeen fix. Wow, I had absolutely no idea about that. You learn something every day.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a fantastic stream, albeit we have this new mystery going on in our midst about whether was it Rachel Doyle or O'Doyle? I forget now.
Just Doyle.
Yeah. That is unfortunate if that's the case, because I thought she. You know what? Fair play. They really did play this long game.
Yeah, yeah, but there wasn't much of a payoff, really. Given the amount of time that they've invested,
that
seems to be a very strange way to go out.
But in saying that, though, some of what they said, unless they are the perpetrator themselves, who got me booted off the TeePublic website, got a few old videos flagged. maybe they themselves are indeed very much on the anti-repro side of things. Who knows? But
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
an unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah.
Yes. Ian McDermott is very much Scottish. Yeah. And in fact, Star Wars is a very Scottish production when you think about it.
Yeah.
I remember F1. Oh, Niki Lauda. Yeah. Oh, Ayrton Senna. Yes. Japanese animation aired in the beginning of the 80s in my country called Grand Prix, which Lauda appears in his race balaclava. Yeah. Niki
Wow.
Lauda's an old name from the past. Mr. Bronson was also in Ovidius Pet as the site boss. I think he'd been fluent in German. Wow.
Oh.
I remember that show. Remember that show Sapphire and Steel? I don't remember that at all. There is a small chance we could have Rachel Doyle wrong. They did say their cousin was going to chat. Maybe it's possible. I hope that was the case. I'd hate to think we've been scammed for all these weeks. Ian McDermott, the Emperor, always in Judy's Inn, Edinburgh. When staying there during festival, he's polite but firm refused of signing figures. His husband is also about 30 years. Oh, I didn't know he was that way inclined. You know,
What, in
whatever.
McDermott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? He is?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. No. Yeah, interesting. You learn something new every day. So anyway, oh my God, we're at what, 2 hours? Whatever happened to keeping to schedule? I have no idea. We're at 2 hours 48. So anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to moderators for, hopefully there was nothing to moderate today. There was no
not really. No.
malicious content. Thank you indeed to those very generous super chatters who do help keep things ticking along, because without them, this would not be happening. And thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. We'll do it all again next week. Big thank you to Monkey Boy. And as I said earlier, maybe I have to post it again. If you haven't already done so, go to Monkey Boy's channel, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Within Monkey Boy's channel, there may well be a sub channel you may want to keep an eye on of a very suspicious character. But let me just catch up with this. Great job. Thanks, Ed. Oh, he's there. Oh. Justin, thank you. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was me. Thank you, Soda.
Thanks, Soda.
Tina Monkey, always waiting for you. Oh, thanks, Ed. Eb. Just subscribe. Awesome. Thank you, Justin. Okay.
Thanks, Justin. Thanks so much.
One more. Thank you, everyone. Thanks all. Great to see you inside looking. That was a big read in 80s. Interesting to see inside. Okay, awesome. More of that for the Christmas live streams and all that good stuff. But everyone, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time looking at all things 80s.
Bye.
Bye.